so
Oh,
it
okay.
was
Oh,
definitely it was a moist one.
Moissanite. That was a Moissanite
Moist
burp.
one. Man, that is a crazy. I can't get over moissanite diamonds or whatever the fuck they are.
Mm-hmm.
Moissanite is just a crazy word to me.
It
But
is
let's
Moissanite.
get on with the show. Wait, who getting moist tonight?
You tell me, brother, man.
Hey man, don't get me started on moisture.
All right. Hey, gang. Listen, folks. We are here again, back again for another one. Episode 129.
It's a special episode too.
Hmm. Okay, well, tell the fans. Tell the fans what's so special about this episode.
Special because I'm now speaking from my office instead of just my bedroom.
Let's, man. A office. You hear that, my nigga? He said a office. Some of y'all don't own property. Y'all don't have anything. So y'all, it's hard for y'all to put that into perspective. But an office, my nigga.
I mean, I don't own property either, but I do own
Bruh, shut
things.
up, yo. We trying to get your shit sucked. Like, what are you talking about?
I
What are
mean,
you talking about?
I own a car.
Mm-hmm. Three of
That's
them. In fact, same car too. He got a clean one. He got like a hot one. That's like he do all the foul shit in that one.
what foul shit am I doing in this scenario now?
You know the agendas you push and things of that nature.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't. I think my agendas are noble and cause. I don't. I wouldn't, consider that hot shit.
It's hot. It's hot. Listen, if it gets you put on a list, it's hot.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, I'm on every list imaginable. So, yeah,
Oh, all of them. Careful here. Every list. He said,
I'm
"Careful
on.
now."
I'm on the enemy of the state lists.
He said, "Nah, I think it's some. I know some registries. You on those
I'm
too?"
not. I'm not on them.
He said, "Nah,
Not
I
on
am
them.
not registered. That is so. I did not
I'm
register."
not married to Nicki Minaj.
Mm. But shit, we got a bunch. We got a lot today, man. We got
I wish I knew.
All right, listen. You literally can't get this off because I sent this one to you, and I went out of my way to send this one to you. So I literally don't care.
When
People
did
with
you send it?
access. People with access. There you go. Look at that. I sent this
Oh,
at least 2, 3 days ago, at the very least.
oh well, man. 2, 3 days ago. Come on. You either got to send it.
Immediately or never.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, Anywho, we got a jam pack list of shit. We got let's see, we got a vampire hunter found bloodless in northern Italy. We
What?
got no, we'll get to that one. Don't worry, don't worry. We got some other bullshit. We got USC a little bit, just a little bit. We got a comedy about slavery. Wonderful. That ought to be great.
Oh,
Um,
made by Kendrick Lamar, right?
Maybe I'm Mister Size 7. We got
I
NBA
thought it was
award
Chris.
season, NBA
A grown
WNBA
man.
draft, which I believe is tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
If it's not tonight, it's tomorrow.
Yeah, we got World War III for dinner again. We got some Ohtani updates, some real breaking news Ohtani updates. We got some Planet Fitness, 30 locations being closed down and evacuated.
What
We
the hell
got
is going on in Planet Fitness?
oh,
Multiple locations got evacuated.
like 30 of them. Oh yeah, you're gonna hate that part. You
What?
got dengue carrying mosquitoes in the Bay Area.
Okay.
We got bird flu, and then we got all the music.
Bird flu back?
hmm
Let's
hmm
go.
So where you want to start? You want to start World War III for dinner? You want to do sports? You want to do TV?
Let's start with this vampire hunter that got vampire apparently.
All right. Well, I'm glad you asked. So basically, this story, I was very confused about this story because when I first seen it, they were just like what was it? It was like a ghost hunter found drained of her blood
Wait,
in
Ghost Hunter. I thought
northern.
you said Vampire Hunter before.
No, so apparently, this is gonna get confusing. They were dressed like vampires, but she was hunting for
Okay.
ghosts. Yeah,
Why
yeah,
are
they were
they
dressed like, but
dressed like? Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So they found her blood drained body in an abandoned church over the weekend. And they said, police at least said that they had been looking for a haunted house believed to contain ghosts. Which I mean, it kind of sounds like they found it, but she told family members about her plans before leaving a village near Lyon. Da da da, all of that. The police believe that she may have been carrying out a TikTok stunt, adding that her death
Okay.
could be related to a ghost hunting competition being played in France on the platform. Um, the other working theories are that it was essentially a sacrifice, like a consented uh slaughter. I didn't want to say the M word, but basically like a sacrifice or something like that. Which I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna say the blood draining thing. Like, I mean, yeah,
It sounds
yeah.
kind of sacrificing.
It's definitely, yeah. It's definitely given. Like, I mean, shit. Like, I hope you happy. But yeah, so it said that a victim and a male friend. As soon as you add a nigga, it's like, okay, he did it. Said they were dressed like they were dressed like vampires. A witness interviewed by the police said the young woman was pale and emaciated, and the man had dark hair and olive skin. Like, the witness is not very helpful because dark hair and olive skin. I feel like that's all of Italy, is it not?
If not Italy, Greece.
But yeah. So the witness said that she looked like a walking corpse. That was a Alucard. So apparently she had been poked with what they believe was a camping knife. She also had two shots to her neck and one to her abdomen that appeared to be afflicted after she passed. Some of the blood had been scraped off the floor and removed from the crime scene, police said. There were no signs of struggles. They said they found a package of pink marshmallows and some groceries purchased at a local store near her body. She had no documents, no cell phone. And yeah, that's it. That's the story so far. Don't
Um,
yeah, I don't know what to say.
I don't either. All I can say is I didn't do it.
I would hope not. I would hope not.
I did not travel to Italy and train this woman of all.
At least not that quickly. Would have took me a
Yeah.
minute.
So like when you say drained her, like they have some type of machine to suck all the blood out of her body.
Yeah, it's called a human mouth, I think.
Now, come on now.
Listen, he was thirsty. What you mean?
Listen, so obviously it's not real vampires. They
Obviously, or
yes, nigga, obviously. What is this?
you
Do I need to call Van Helsing? So
may.
if it's all right, so if it's not a real vampire, it would have taken some sort of medical equipment to suck all the blood out of her body. Because there's no way that a nigga would just sucking the blood out of her neck. It's not possible.
I don't know. I feel like if you thirsty enough, you probably could. You
So
don't think so?
the thirst quenchologist?
I wouldn't say I'm that much of a scholar in this field.
You're not you're not that deep into the sucking sphere.
Hmm. I'm gonna make this happen to you.
I can regenerate, so
Well, I'll make it happen to you multiple times.
they can be sucking forever because my blood just keep regenerating as soon as they suck it out. Like, so they better not even try.
So they better not even try. It's killing me. So don't even try because I have that power. Don't even try. Like, it's not even worth it. But yeah.
um,
So yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
I that's all I got. That's all the police got too. So
keep an eye on this one because if they got like an update,
I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. But I guess along the lines of weird and mysterious shit. I didn't have anything weird and mysterious here, but I guess we'll just I don't know. Maybe we'll get into the dengue carrying mosquitoes, right? Let's just get all the end of the world shit out the way, right?
Yeah, how
Uh,
many mosquitoes are there?
so apparently they're all over the Bay Area. Um, which I mean, it is the Bay Area. It's like no, yeah, as if that
That's
matters.
just shit happens in the Bay Area. Yeah,
But
facts.
yeah, well, apparently it was dengue and yellow fever. Um,
I feel
some
like
of
the
it was.
mosquitoes been carrying yellow fever for a minute. It's like
Hmm.
normal, right?
Uh, yeah, but like this is like the first time they found this specific like species of mosquito in like Santa Clara, the county. So basically, the mosquito obtains the virus when they bite a person who's already infected with it. Well, yeah, we know how they get
That's
it,
how,
nigga.
as I said, that's how all of them spread malaria.
You said
Who
hilaria.
who out there just got dengue fever?
You said millennia.
Scarlet rot. Yeah, mosquitoes do be carrying scarlet rot. So
So basically, they're saying that it was likely that the person who was infected with dengue was traveling outside the U.S., returned home, got bitten by one of these mosquitoes out here, and then the mosquito did all of that. So
and
yeah,
then how
y'all
many
be careful.
cases are there so far?
Apparently they found six of those mosquitoes, but knowing how those mosquitoes give it up, like six can become another number very quickly.
Well, we about to have a West Nile outbreak for dengue fever. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Let's see. Let's
So
see.
they found six mosquitoes. How many cases and patients have there been so far? How'd they even find the individual mosquitoes?
So I think. Well, listen. You are certainly speaking above a pay grade that I could not speak. Cause like that's just shit. I'm just thinking like a nigga just chilling. Like, yeah, man, son, don't move. But that's one of them. Like
Like
nigga
how
just got an
you
eye for it.
differentiate them from the other mosquitoes?
Like I know once you get into it, I'm sure they got like different markings or some silly shit. Like that's fine. I'm talking about like how y'all even know where to go and where to look.
Yeah, like how y'all find the mosquito enclosure where to find six? How you only get six if you know where the mosquitoes was?
How you find a mosquito in? They probably caught a couple hundred, probably a band, and was like, oh, we only found six of them.
Yeah. When I check out 100 together, I mean, they about to start getting shit popping.
What y'all need to do is start breeding them and then put a disease in them, so that way when they be piping and all of that, they just die or something. I don't know, like that's what I mean. Like all this technology we got, y'all niggas can't stop mosquitoes yet. I don't understand it.
Well, I mean, they tried that before, not in this specific situation, but pretty sure in Florida they gave mosquitoes some sort of disease so that when they made it, they would make the next generation sterile, so that would bring the population down.
Hmm.
They need to
Yeah.
just do that for everywhere, though.
Yeah, I mean, well, apparently the World Health Organization has Wolbachia, a bacteria which reduces the mosquito's ability to transmit the viruses, and that's basically they inject the mosquitoes with that. They inject them with a condom, I guess,
All right,
with some spermicidal lube, and you just put it on that proboscis. And
don't. I know what that word means, but don't say that, please.
well, I'm certainly not gonna call it his mosquito shaft. I'm not gonna do that.
It's not freaky no matter what. You're right.
Yeah, you see, I mean, proboscis sounds better than mosquito rod. What are we talking about?
Man.
There's nothing else I could do. What else? More note West Nile education. Sure. Dangerous mosquito species. The invasive 80s Aegypti. Not the Egyptian mosquitoes. Oh yeah, they black mosquitoes with white stripes on their legs and back. Come on now, everybody know that, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
they got the
definitely.
numbers. They got the number of cases. It's like damn near one or two per county. But I guess they looking at it like, look, dog, we gotta get in front of this shit.
Yeah, because once they start mating, it's gonna be over.
Over, over
Full on West Nile.
type shit. West Nile type shit. So what else? What else we got? What else we got? Guess we can talk about. Did I save that thread about that outbreak with the cows? Oh yeah, I did.
Outbreak with the cows.
Yeah. So bird flu, right? I'm
Mhm.
just gonna talk about bird flu. We talking about vectors in the end of the world here. Um, so basically, I'm sure you've heard something about some of this bird flu outbreak and all of this other shit going on.
I've heard
Uh,
nothing about it.
well, great, perfect. Texas, I think, reported the first case of a human with bird flu. Uh, First time this virus has been seen in a cow, and a second human case reported in the United States. So that was the second one, right? But the problem is it's being detected basically everywhere in wastewater, in chickens, in the waste, in the food that they're eating. Like it's pretty much being detected anywhere, right? So I got one where it was talking about how bird flu has affected about 40% of dairy cows in the Texas Panhandle, which the Panhandle is responsible for 82% of the state's milk.
Sheesh.
And so what ends up happening is like when you get a little case of that, like you pretty much got to clap the whole herd.
Yeah, because it's gonna spread out of control.
Yeah.
But
So
even though like once milk goes through the pasteurization process, that doesn't kill the virus and before it
so
gets transmitted to a person.
So what I read about the pasteurization process is that basically pasteurization is like it's almost like flash. Like it's quick, like it's like 15 to 20 seconds. And basically what they were saying is that that works well for bacteria, but for viruses specifically, like it'll probably take a few minutes being cooked at that temperature. You know what I mean? Like two
By
to
that
three
point, the
minutes.
milk will be
Yeah, and by that point, I mean, yeah, I don't know what that's gonna. You gonna ultra mega pasteurize your milk, which who knows how that is going to taste.
probably couldn't even safely drink it. It's gonna make it curdle and probably spoil it quicker.
Hmm. Yeah, so it was bad. It was bad. That was Texas. And then what was it? There was some more in Indiana. That was the other one too. Yeah. So basically, what was happening was, and there was a particular one I saw something about a ban. I gotta find it. So basically, they were saying like there's like a lot of the other states are banning like the turkeys, the birds, and all that from being shipped and moved to new states. But I think they were saying there was one state, and I want to say it was Lord. I feel like it was like Iowa or Illinois or some shit. And basically they were accepting all of this shit. So basically, like there are a lot of places are doing quarantine, a lot of places are doing this and doing that. But what people fail to realize is a lot of these cows, a lot of these chickens, they get shuffled around. So it's like these niggas, like you know what I mean. You got cows at your farm, you'll send some other cows to somebody else's farm because they need extra cows or
Hmm.
something. And so like now you create this issue where all it takes is because again, remember you're supposed to take away your whole herd, but let's be real, it's a lot of niggas who shoot they get one case, they're not trying to do all that.
Nigga,
And
that's
then
money. I'm
and
not
then yeah,
taking out my
exactly.
whole herd.
And then meanwhile, you sending the damn cow over to so and so crib with that shit on them. So yeah, it's looking bad. Let me see what else we got. What else we got? It's so basically they detected bird flu in birds in New York City as well, like in the parks and all of that, and the geese. Um, what else? What else? Oh yeah, and Hong Kong suspended the importing of poultry meat and poultry products from Iona County, Michigan, and Palmer County, Texas. They said you two specifically stop fucking sending things.
They must be getting hit up from them specifically.
But yeah, so they found bird flu at a dairy farm in how many states is this? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 states. And that's just dairy farms. Like obviously, we found them in New York in the park and all of that shit. And quiet little note. Bird flu, which is H5N1, it's the most lethal influenza strain in humans. So
Oh, nice. That's
yeah,
fun.
52% mortality rate. So just keep that in mind. Dice roll, or
Damn.
no, a coin flip. Sorry, not even a dice. A dice would do you better. That is a coin flip, brother.
When was the last major bird flu outbreak we had? I feel like this is like a long time ago when we were kids. I remember hearing
I
about
mean, well,
dengue.
obviously they had mad cow disease. There's a couple like pump fakes on the bird flu outbreaks, but this is my thing is like again, we're gonna get more and more of this shit as a lot of shit develops. Like again, it's capitalism. It's killing us slowly but surely all the time because
In
it's like
every way possible from every
yeah,
avenue.
yeah, and literally in the most creative ways, like shit you couldn't possibly think of until it happens, and you're like, wow, huh, yeah, okay, no, that's probably exactly how that happened. I can't believe you helped. Thank you, thank you. But let's see. Oh, okay, apparently they already have a bird flu vaccine in preparation.
In
Uh,
preparation, they didn't already have one from the last bird flu outbreak.
well, I'm sure it had to be a new and updated one. You know what I mean? Type shit.
Oh yeah, that could make sense.
And of course there are plenty of people who are conspiracizing against it.
Of course, that's natural.
So, what do you think's more likely? Bird flu outbreak or war before the next election?
Uh, Probably the war because we're pretty much there already.
Yeah, I
I
think the
mean,
outbreak is more likely to be honest. I read a thread on and we'll get to that later. Again, I always try to say that for the second half because I know that with that little robot be listening. Um, but yeah, like I read a thread talking about the whole thing going on with Iran, and they were just like, yeah, it was secret third option, right? But basically, they were just saying how like based on how some of the things are going, like it just again, it would make sense, but all of this comes down to is that particular country just fucking stupid enough to do anything. You know what I mean? Like, are they just stupid enough to decide? Yeah, no, fuck that. I want my lick back.
well, I mean, they already sent drones over to Israel. Um, I don't know if there's going to be another retaliation from them, and then America gets dragged in somehow.
Well, yeah, there was two. Like they sent and the funniest thing is they sent them over there, but they then proceeded before sending them over there to basically telegraph in every way that they could that they were coming.
Yeah, because unlike Israel, they actually care about the civilians. So
I really wish people would stop saying that because do we
yeah,
honestly believe that?
well, they said specifically that they were going after military targets.
Yeah, right. But I think the specific reason they're going for this is because they understand that only one side here is allowed to operate with
To do whatever the
right.
fuck
Yeah,
they
yeah,
want.
yeah, yeah. Because the
Yeah,
moment I decide to do that, oh no, I've opened the gates of hell. So
yeah, and
like
it's
they
not just between
understand.
you and Israel.
Yeah.
Other people
So
are jumping in.
and a lot of people are just saying like again, it was basically a thread breaking down like sort of the whole region and basically how like look in this region like you can't like it's kind of like a lot of places like if niggas think you a hoe they gonna try you. So the problem is when niggas think that you a hoe they gonna try you da 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 and obviously we've seen a lot of this play out a bunch of different times with a bunch of different countries where somebody tried to hoe you and some of y'all responded too strongly. I'm looking at one country in particular and that ends up being an issue because then you respond too strongly, you create the conditions for the problem to get worse, and then now when it comes back to you and now you got to deal with it again, you've already responded so strongly that if you try to up the ante from there, I mean you're only going you're
Yeah,
going
it's gonna be
you're
a
out of here.
world war if you
Yeah, yeah,
escalate it.
right, you're out of here. And so and so basically what they were saying is like, so what happens is a lot of it is like strategic deterrence, a lot of it is tough talking, a lot of it is wolfing.
Mhm.
Like, think about it. It's kind of like how we do this with North Korea, where like a lot of times something happens and they'll pop up, yo, look, man, word to word to everything I love. Y'all say something crazy, I'm pressing a button. It's that simple. I'm tired of y'all talking, da da da. And then button never get pressed. Niggas say something crazy, and just nothing. Yet maybe you steal some Bitcoin or something. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like, because again, it's a lot of it is bluster because it has to be, because I gotta send messages, even though I can't actually do the things I'm saying I'm gonna do. Because, like, again, it ain't like
nobody wants to be the one that kicks off the end of the world.
yeah, and don't get me wrong, even if it's not on that scale of end of the world type beat, it's just a matter of like, if I kick that off, I don't make it. So whatever
Yeah.
happens to you, maybe I cripple you in the meantime and you fight me and it fights for so long that it fucks you up on the back end, but I don't get to see that. I don't even make it for that. So it's like, nah. So what ends up happening, right, is Iran did what they did, right? They telegraphed it. Yo, I'm sure 7 o'clock. Watch what I do. Watch what I do at 7 p.m. on April 4th, nigga. What's up? Tell you the exact time, the time of day, the nigga give you the latitude, the longitude, because he wants you to stop him. Like, I don't want it to succeed, because if I succeed, then you have justification to go buck wild. So it's like, I want you to know I'm not no hoe. So like, I threw a punch at you, but I also don't want the punch to really genuinely hurt you that bad, because then y'all will start acting insane. And so that whole thing happened, and then basically they were saying like, so afterwards that whole thing happened, but immediately every country around them, Russia, China, what was the other country? I think Turkey, a couple other countries, they were all like, hey, listen, talking to that, talking to Israel, like, hey, listen, let's just chill out. Because again, everyone understands like this is the game. You know what I mean? Like, this is just part of the game. Like, you did what you did. They sent some rockets your way. 99% of them got intercepted on some Desmond Ritter shit. What's the problem? Like, what you so mad for? Like you mad as hell like they did something to you. Like,
but y'all started it to begin with.
when y'all started it to begin with. Like, because think about it. You attacked their consulate in another country, which is a red line.
That's a literal act of war.
Which is like, but that's what you see what I'm saying. That's exactly what I mean when I say like these other countries aren't responding that way because they care about the welfare. Because look, I'm not gonna hold you, nigga. I don't care about the welfare of them folks. Like, if I don't, you mean to tell me your literal op do? I bet you he don't either. But he understands if I take it that route, I'm opening a door I can't close. Because then they're gonna do what they're gonna do. So look, like, my whole thing is that's why I like a lot of this is posturing. A lot of it now, again, they're gonna get it back in blood. They're gonna do what they gotta do. Now it ain't gonna be the just send everybody over there. Bro, it don't work like that no more. We don't live in that world no more. That's the old world, buddy. That shit over with. You can't move like that. Because even niggas who don't side with you will side it. Like, niggas who your friends who just like, nah, I can't rock with that, bro. Nah, I can't. What you mean? Nah, bro. Look, like, I'm with, like, if you want to send a team in to get a particular person, or if you know what I'm saying, like, we can get back at them.
That's the American way.
Yeah, look, that's the American way, the Russian way, the Chinese. Like, listen, we got ways of getting back at niggas. It just don't involve just pulling up to the front door with 100,000. I want everything. I want all this. Nah, bro, that's old shit. That's 1952, nigga. That don't work no more. That's Vietnam, Korean. That don't work no more, bro. You can't get that off because it's too much.
If you look at every nigga that's pulled that, it never worked.
It's
World
too
War
much.
II, they lost. Vietnam, we lost. You can't just pull up to another country most of the time and just do what you want.
Yeah, like, and then don't get me wrong, like, you can if you're on the right side of some of the shit, but it's like, even with that, you still pay a sharp price. Think about it, the whole thing with Afghanistan. Yeah, we pulled up and we just did it a bit, and it was founded on lies. A lot of the Iraq shit was founded, but we pulled up and did it anyway, and it cost us a lot. Not just money, not just lives. Like, it cost you a lot. Niggas destabilized the region and created problems that they now dealing with 20 years later. Like, it cost you a lot. Not on top of the lives that you took, the lives you ruined. Like, again, I know they don't care about that, but it's like, even putting the lives aside, like, you changed the regions, changed the world for worse in this area. And, like, again, it's just you never really know that game. So again, a lot of these countries, it's just like with hooping and with the other sports. There's so much money and so much shit going on in this. Nobody want to throw their bag away. But I still gotta let you know, I'm not like, bro, stop playing with me, yo. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. So again, just like the basketball players of Wolf and we in each other's face, you a bitch, nigga. You a bitch. And then throwing their hands up like they want to throw a punch, but nobody really gonna fight nobody. Like, it's not actually a fight.
It's so much at stake, yeah.
Yeah, it's all just, I gotta look. It's posturing. I gotta look away. I gotta come on now. Like, we see it all the time. Only problem is in real life, niggas just tend to get it off. Like, they just tend to, unfortunately, like, oh, I feel that way and I have a firearm. I feel that way and I'm in a club and he got his back turned. It be those, and then it's like, yeah, this is gonna get ugly.
I feel that way, and I got nothing to lose, so bye.
Right, I feel that way, and I've been unemployed for 4 months. So you know what?
4 months, is that enough time for a nigga to throw his life away? 4 months.
Look, I'm not gonna hold you, man. I ain't have a job for like, mine is massive. But what I'm saying, like, nigga, 3 weeks in, I was ready to catch something. I was ready to catch up. 3 weeks in, boy, I was ready. Boy, niggas could have told me to put a mask on and stand outside the store. I'd have did it.
Hey man, I feel that desperation. So yeah, I guess 4 months is enough.
Yeah, especially like again, you figure my situation is much different than the situation some of you niggas may end up in. Like, I could easily fuck 4 months, 4 days would be enough for some of you niggas to get straight to it.
Yeah, if I lost my job and yeah, no, because it's not like I got $7,000 in the bank. I can survive for a little bit without a job, but after a month, I'm gonna be homeless.
Yeah, but think about it. Some niggas that desperation to kick in a week because they realize I might be able to last 2.5 months with this, but I'm not about to wait until a month in to
Yeah, I'm
start.
not.
Like,
Yeah,
nah.
I'm gonna
Today
take
I
a little 7-day vacation, and then
Mhm.
I'm gonna hit the books. I'm looking for jobs immediately.
And on day 8,
Or
I need that.
yeah, I'm running in the store, mask on.
Fucking mask off. So yeah, that's why I'm just like, man. But speaking of, I mean, look, because I've seen people do a lot of desperate things for some money. I've seen a lot of niggas act up for that bag, act up because they ain't had a bag. And honestly, one of them is Shohei Ohtani's interpreter. That
You
boy
said
act
more
up.
information. Hold on, before we get to the next topic, because it's gonna be juicy. Let me go to the bathroom real quick.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, shit. It's just me here today. Let's see. Let me pull up some news that's unrelated to whatever the hell we got on this agenda. Let's talk about something. City of Baltimore is suing the cargo ship's owner and the operator in a key bridge collapse, which is so nasty because I guarantee you, well, the owner possibly, the operator probably had nothing to do with this, which is I'll be sick as hell. I'm just a captain, nigga. I know, man. Anywho, uh, what else we got? Them Nike track uniforms. I don't care. Oh man, that is crazy. So a scam targeted Ohio man and an Uber driver, and the man boomed the Uber driver thinking that they were the scammer. No. Oh Lord, William Brock. No. No. That is tragic. This is what I mean. Yo, scammers, yeah. I used to think scamming was like a non fatal way to get a bag. Nah, at this point, I can't say what I want to do to the scammers. Let's see. I don't care nothing about that. Oh yeah, that Supreme Court case. I don't know enough about that to speak on that, but the Supreme Court effectively abolished the right to mass protest in 3 U.S. states. I'm sure you can guess all three of them. But if you can't, it's Louisiana, Mississippi, or Texas. Basically, you under that decision, a protest organizer faces potentially ruinous financial consequences if a single attendee at a mass protest commits an illegal act. So basically, if you have a protest and anybody there decides to do anything not on the up and up, they'll charge you for it, and you are literally criminally liable for that, which is insane to me.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, which I mean, we know why y'all doing that. Y'all just yeah, can you imagine? We went from George Floyd to this in 4 years.
Well, yeah, I can imagine. It's directly because of that.
Honestly, yo, that's why it really sickens me how folks played the whole George Floyd death because it's like I watched white folks pretend to give a fuck for 60 days and then just walk straight off of that shit.
Yeah, remember the black squares? That was the most niggas could be bothered to do.
Yeah, and shit, and even that niggas was just like, "Why you not doing more?" Well, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, "Shorty, forget it. Forget it. You are useless."
Literally.
Um. Okay, so let's see. So Shohei, bro, get this niggas with your pop-up blockers, bro. I'm not turning my shit off. So,
You're just trying to
Ipe,
make a living, man.
live elsewhere, nigga. Ipe Mizuhara, who was Shohei Ohtani's former interpreter, he was charged with felony bank fraud. On top of, I've seen a thread where they were talking about the charges he's gonna face, and they're like, buddy, that guy's gonna do like 30. Like they're like, this is not a
Jesus.
yeah. And so as that came out, and then the federal complaint, the 36-page criminal complaint dropped. And mind you, this is the feds. Once I read through that, I said, okay, Otani's good. He'll be fine. And
So is
truthfully,
this
I actually
did the interpreter actually do it, or is he taking the fall for Ohtani?
okay, no. So after reading through the federal complaint, I'm like, okay, he did that shit. And
Okay.
Ohtani
Good.
genuinely didn't know. Or well, maybe, but he did that shit. No matter how he sliced it, like he did that shit. Like there
Mm-hmm.
and he went through he jumped through a series of hoops to get there. And yeah, no, it was wild. Hold on, let me look at it. I'm looking at the federal documents right now. I'll post them in the journal because surely you guys want to read an affidavit. Um yeah, so literally I looked through this whole thing and he kind of cooked himself. I mean, obviously he didn't know what was going on, but he cooked himself. Like there was a whole bunch of stuff. Like he was falsely identifying himself as Shohei Ohtani to trick the bank
Oh
employees
nah.
to authorize the wire transfers. He what was the other one? What was the other one? Okay. Um oh, this was the nutty one. This was nasty. He was saying that recorded phone calls produced by the bank show that it's him. Like you can hear that it's literally Mizuhara. It's not Shohei Ohtani.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember hearing that part when I was like, oh, so he was like imitating Shohei Ohtani as he would. And I thought of the most racist thing in the world, but I didn't say it. And I feel like you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it just the thought of that was pretty funny to me because I was just like, so so what did it sound like when he Mr. Mizar, can you do the imitation for the court? I'm just curious. I just want to know what it like.
I
I
would
just want
pay
to
money to hear.
I just wa- I just want to know what it sounded like, and I want to know why it worked 9 times.
9 times?
He transferred the wire. He did 9 wire transfers of $500,000.
Was
So it
was
worked
this a
nine
bank?
times.
Was this a bank in America?
Oh, I have no clue. I would assume so.
Because I'm assuming that's the only way it works because they wouldn't be able to differentiate. But if Shohei is using a Japanese bank,
Yeah,
I
it
would
looked like
think
a
they would be able to.
It looks like an American bank. I don't know if
Yeah.
it mentions the bank. I'm looking through this document. I don't see the bank itself listed.
Mhm.
But yeah, no. So remember, so they only charged him with a federal. What did I just say? Wire fraud or some shit
Wire
like that.
fraud. Yeah.
Yeah, but literally the special agent in the case, it's first page. He pretty much says, yeah, like basically the charges I would recommend him are the one I just mentioned, falsifying federal documents, i.e., income tax returns, tax evasion, money laundering, identity theft, and other financial crimes. Buddy,
Good God, man.
you're that's why. So once I saw that, and I was like, oh, okay. This nigga did not take the fall for you, brother. Like, there's not like you don't take a fall for 30 years. That's not
Yeah,
how.
nah.
That's not how take
Ain't
a
no
fall
way.
works. Like the max for taking a fall is like 5 usually. like niggas will do 18
Maybe
months,
10. Maybe 10.
and
If
even that
you
is
if
like
you rich and you breaking my
yeah.
family off and I'm good on commissary,
And even that is like, are we in a state where they let you go after 70% of your time? Like, are we? Can I get out in 7 for real? Like, if I gotta do the full 10,
Whole 10 is kind of that's
might have
nigga.
to tell, folks. Might have to tell.
Yeah. So this went from interesting to horrendous because originally I just thought like, oh, insider sports betting, some niggas might
Mm-hmm.
get cooked from the league, like what's his name, the basketball dude.
Yeah,
But
Jonte.
this shit went from getting kicked out of the league to 30 years in federal prison.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
And so what ended up happening was they showed the bank records show. Like again, so this is what I'm saying where I'm like, all right, when you start talking about bank records and text messages, and it's like there's nothing else to talk about. It's just that's it. And the bank records show that during the same time period where Mizuhara started losing substantial sums of money, the contact information on Shohei's account was changed to link the account to Mizuhara's phone number
Oh
a-
man.
and to an anonymous email account connected to Mizuhara based on data found on his phone. So then he accessed the account pretending to be Shohei, wire transfer 500,000 to an associate of the bookmaker. And then the last thing, and then obviously they get into detail about all this, but he just has like 9 points breaking it down, a summary of probable cause. And the last point, and this one was funny because I will read these text messages. Last one, Mizuhara basically sent the bookmaker a text message, an encrypted one, might I add, basically admitting that he had stolen money from Shohei Ohtani. And I think you might have
Wonder.
seen these ones before. Like, remember the one where he was like, "Well, I mean, I did technically steal." Remember that? Did you see that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me take where do I? Oh yeah. So I will read the segment. So March 17th, right? Mizuhara messaged the bookmaker. Thanks for the call earlier. You think there's any way to find out the details of the article coming out for the LA Times? Um, so the bookmaker responded and was like, "Oh, thanks. I have no idea what this idiot's printing or trying to say. I've never spoke to him. Wasn't willing to talk to him, although he tried. And all my attorney did was give him those facts I told you and told him the rest she won't talk about. Can't confirm or deny anything. Da da da. And then that was one day. 3 days later, right? Mizuhara messaged the same bookmaker, said, "Have you seen the reports?" I guess this is when it came out, right?
Mhm.
And then the guy would text back, "Yeah, but it's all bullshit. Obviously, you didn't steal from him. I understand it's a cover job. I totally get it." That's literally what he says. And Mizuhara says, "Technically, I did steal from him. It's all over for me." Well,
It's all over for me. It's crazy.
it's all over for me. It's nuts, yeah.
I
Like,
mean, how else can you really react if you know you did the shit? It's over.
hmm
It's all over for me.
he said, yeah, they got me. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, it sucks. Dead to rights though.
Ah, yeah.
Masterful gambit, sir.
He said, yeah, you fried me. Yeah, you fried me. So they went inside his crib and his memorabilia. Oh yeah, he bought mad. So he was buying memorabilia from Shohei's account and mailing it to himself under a pseudonym.
Oh,
He was the baseball cards, Juan Soto name in here. He probably like, nah, how I getting it?
this nigga was just wilding out. I feel bad for Shohei now.
I do. This nigga is a degenerate gambler. Like,
Yeah,
oh
this
lord.
nigga. Good lord above. Is
Oh, and then he had
anybody
a,
on Shohei and all this? Did you reach out? Did
did
anybody
you
give him
reach
a
out?
shoulder to cry on?
And so basically, apparently, there's an agent one, who is a professional sports agent and doesn't speak Japanese. They work for a talent sports agency in LA, and they've represented Shohei since 2018. So, in addition to negotiating contracts, they negotiate endorsements and business deals. Um, and unfortunately, Agent One does not employ any individuals who speak Japanese, but he occasionally hires Japanese language interpreters to communicate with his clients. He didn't hire an interpreter to communicate with Shohei because, you guessed it, the other guy was always with him.
Mm-hmm.
So Agent One didn't speak directly to Shohei or regularly exchange text messages with Shohei. Instead, he relayed messages to Shohei through Mizuhara. Like, you see where this is going. So the first agent retained and oversaw financial professionals to manage victim A's, who was Shohei, his income, both from baseball and endorsements. So he was aware of the account and asked Mizuhara on multiple occasions about the account. Mizuhara told the agent that the account was private and that Shohei did not want anyone else to monitor that account. Now, the agent even says like he didn't confirm these representations directly with Shohei, but stated that he had no reason not to believe Mizuhara. Again, yeah, that's your man's. You be by his side all the time. If you tell me the account is private, then I just like that. This is the part where like oh boy knew the trust he had, and he knew niggas
He was
like
abusing it.
he was boy was he. Boy was he. Yeah, no, literally them working with literally the biggest Japanese sport like the
Sports ball
Shohei
player of
Ohtani
all time
is the biggest sporting Japanese player. No?
in America.
In America. No, I mean that's what I'm getting at. Like, yeah, in America. Because shit, Agent One's agency is in America. So I'm just like, dog, if nigga, I'm hiring one interpreter for the guy.
That's actually fucking insane. That's their whole job, and they didn't have an interpreter.
And I get why they didn't, but oh boy, that's your ass.
Yeah.
So on or about March 29th, okay, so there's a professional bookkeeper employed by the Agent One, right? Employed by the same guy to keep track of the accounts. So he monitors a range of his business's accounts, executes transactions as directed by the agent, and collects on all the stuff that's needed to prepare the taxes. So he was familiar with a bunch of the accounts and expressed familiarity with the balances. He was generally aware of the account, but stated that he had not been given access to this account and did not know its balance or have any insight into the activity on the account. And so obviously this bookkeeper was concerned that the lack of access to the account created possible tax liability if the account accrued unreported interest or was used to make gifts in amounts necessary to be reported to IRS. Mind you, he only looking at this from a tax liability standpoint. He don't even think niggas are stealing.
Yeah.
He just looking at it like, look, bro, if you using that money to like throw some money at the hoes or like if it's over 10 bands, we got to declare that. Like, so
He
listen,
about his bread. He know what's going on.
he like, so if you tricking, just keep 9,990. Keep it low. Like,
Is being a bookie legal? Like when you think about like mobster movies and you think about niggas being bookies and like niggas show up and break your legs for not paying, but running bets is legal, right?
yes.
So
Well,
this nigga, he's
I
a
don't know about every state. I don't know about every state, but I
but
do
most
know New
states where
Jersey.
gambling is
Yeah.
legal. Yeah.
Now
So this
running
dude is
a
a true professional and he's worried about tax liability while this nigga's stealing.
yeah. So what happens is the problem with being the bookie thing is like it's like legal argument bookie versus what bookies tend to be. And it's like legally speaking, yeah, you're allowed to be a bookie, right? But the only thing is, well, you're
What
supposed
happens if a nigga
to,
don't pay you?
right. So basically, any state where you live in, where it's legal to gamble and legal to operate a gambling business, you can do that. The only problem is, typically bookies have to have certain licensures or some sort of there's something that you have to meet, right? Because they're not just gonna let any guy in his basement start putting out bets and start running a book. And so if you don't go through those legal hoops to, start your book up, then you are running an illegal book. And so again, the vast majority, like this guy that they're describing, the fact that he could simply keep lending that money out goes to show he was running a very like lucrative operation.
Profitable,
Yeah,
successful,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
He
he
just
had to be
probably
doing it legally.
well, no, he was literally doing it illegally. That's how all these niggas got caught because he was doing it
Oh,
illegally. They were investigating him, and then they found everything else.
oh man, damn.
So literally, again, but the thing is, the reason he probably was doing it illegally is because I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't know the process in California. I don't know the process really anywhere, but
Like
I
if I could
imagine
just do this shit, why the fuck would I pay?
exactly. Right? Why would I go to a class and get a certificate and pay money? You sit down for this. I gotta wait 3 months, nigga. I got niggas coming to me now, placing bets. You're bugging. Like I'm just, I'm just gonna keep taking their bread. So yeah. So look, man. Shohei, I guess I owe you an apology, huh? 'Cause I smoothed up your asses out there. But crazy enough, it looked like you did not do. And the funniest thing is that one text of the guy saying, "Hey, look, it's 2 o'clock. I'm at Newport Beach. I see Shohei walking his dog. I'm just gonna talk to him and ask him how I can get in touch with you since you're not responding." But the funniest thing is he even knew he didn't want to do that because the way he worded it was just like, "Hey, look, I'm gonna go up and talk to him and ask how I can get in touch with you since you're not responding." Question mark. Please call me back immediately. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
please, bro, this is a threat. I don't really want to do this.
yeah, this is
But, like,
literally
the
a threat.
question mark
Like,
is like, please respond.
this is literally like this is a soft threat. Like, yo, look, dog. Like, I'm not trying to say nothing to Shohei because I don't really want to do all that, but like, I'm gonna need my bag. Yeah, so basically, Agent One informed JC. So basically, remember that guy, the bookkeeper, right? The bookkeeper was asking about the tax preparation and all of that other shit. So he inquired with his agent, the guy who employs him, and the guy very much told him what Mizuhara said, da da da, this and that. And they said, all right, well, I mean, shit, okay. There was a financial advisor. So these funds could be considered in his overall investment profile from the Mizuhara. So then when he wants to be that account, yeah. Yeah, damn, these niggas interviewed everybody, accountants, goddamn, financial advisors, bookkeepers. Yeah, he's fried because pretty much what happened is he told that one guy, Agent One, whoever that is, like, hey, look, it's a private account, leave it at that. And pretty much everyone else ended up doing their job, asking their boss, like, hey, listen, what's up with that account that I'm hearing about, but it ain't nothing, da da da. And they're just like, hey, look, Mizuhara said he want to keep it private. He said it ain't no tax, nothing on it, or nothing wild shit like that. So he cool. But then literally in October 2022, this guy, the last guy, KF, who is an accountant retained by Agent One to prepare and file the victim's taxes. Right. So he's the accountant who does the taxes. So he's having a meeting supposed to be with Shohei and Mizuhara, but only Mizuhara shows up. He stated that Shohei was sick and not able to join the meeting. You already see the play here. During the meeting, KF asked Mizuhara about the account and stated that Shohei risked filing incorrect tax returns if there was any interest being generated by any funds in that account or any gifts or any of that other shit. So basically, Mizuhara, you already know what he said. He just fucking lied. He just said, nah, like he wants to keep it private. It's not bearing interest. There's no gifts from that account. And da da da. He's like, all right. I mean, shit. You saying that's what you're saying? So fuck it. I mean, that's what you're saying. And yeah, so he spent about $325,000 in transactions at eBay and whatnot between January and March. What the hell is whatnot? Social
Yeah,
marketplace where you can discover some of your favorite products. Okay, so he just was,
okay.
yeah, I get it. He was just buying shit. It's a damn shame. It be your own niggas.
They really do. Damn, that's crazy. Well, I'm actually glad this is the outcome because I didn't want a stain like this to be on Ohtani. He's like a super mega star, and yeah, it felt like this was overshadowing his career and everything he's done in baseball.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, nah, for sure. It definitely would have cooked this shit. But I mean, I think the way it is now, I mean, just a little funny footnote, huh?
Yeah, funny for us, not so much from him, who was getting stolen from.
Yeah, and then had to get interviewed by every Fed in the world.
Did they have another interpreter interpret for since you couldn't trust your first one?
Yeah,
They had
yeah.
to call in another
Pretty sure they've
interpreter.
hired a new guy. I'm sure.
Oh,
Hey, I'd have be like, yo, look, I need to know what you was doing in third grade, nigga.
for real. Damn.
Yeah.
So 30 years if he gets convicted, huh?
Well, listen, that's not what they saying, but given the times niggas tend to get for them crimes, yeah. Yeah, buddy. Especially in the gamut of crimes that you committed. Like it ain't like you just wire, like if you only had wire fraud, you'd probably be out less than 10.
Yeah, I could do a little bit of wire fraud right now. That's not a big deal.
But when you do all of these things and get all of these free things that weren't filed on taxes, so now you cheated the IRS, now you cheated. It's like, but they're sending in the three companies to get you.
Nigga, they're sending them the fucking Avengers.
This is at Elon Musk, at the Avengers, at fucking
At FBI, at Justice League, at ATF,
at New World Order. Please, anyone, anybody, please. At,
at
what's the
Freemasons,
yeah? I'm gonna say at Rothschild. Please, bro.
at
Please.
Skull and Crossbones, at the Illuminati.
At Baal and Moloch, please. He's anybody. Shit. What else we got? What else we got? We'll get to music in a bit. I guess we'll talk about
We
the
got anything
play.
else for sports?
Sports. Oh
That
yeah,
was
we
it.
are on sports, right? I guess we got a little bit. Yeah. Well, all right. So we'll do it. So obviously, NBA season's over. The regular season at least. Which means it's award season.
Thank God.
Um, as well as the NBA draft is coming up. So guess we could talk about the awards. And
They already gave out the awards, or this is what people are nominated for?
no. It's about the nominations.
Oh, okay.
So as it stands, I think Jokic is like an unreasonable favorite to win MVP.
Yeah, Wemby is almost 100% going to be Rookie of the Year or
Uh huh.
Defensive Player of the Year.
Coach of the year already went to Mark Dagnall, the what do you call him, the Thunder's coach, which is not shocking.
Hmm.
MVP is supposed to go to Jokic. Can one article? Fuck's sake, thank you. So yeah, pretty much everyone has an oh boy for this. What do you want from me, bro? Like, boy, you niggas are annoying, yo. Fuck. All these niggas complain about ad blockers. Fuck's sake.
I don't even know I got that, bro. What y'all? How y'all know? What y'all scamming?
Like, I can't even open the New York Post without a fucking ad blocker, bro. Are you kidding me? I'm not turning this shit off. I'm not going to. So,
Even the New York Post is telling you to, like, they're that desperate for ad revenue. They're telling you to turn off ad block. The
oh,
New York Post.
they let me rock this time. Okay, that's weird. Anyway, yeah. So Jokic just minus 5,000 on FanDuel currently.
Wemby, they won't even let you place bets on anybody but him anymore. Like he's like I mean, they won't even let you place bets on him anymore, period. Like they took his name off of Rookie of the Year.
Oh yeah. I mean, they probably did that. Um. So yeah, Jokic is pretty much locked. Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert is pretty much locked. And honestly, I do have some pushback on both of these. I think Luca has been infinitely more valuable, but I mean, like
For as
the
opposed to
Mavs.
Jokic.
I mean, I think the
Well,
Mavs are like all right. Like I look at the standings, right? Like it's just like the Mavs are a 50-win team, barely. But like my whole point was, you look at that team and tell me they're a 50-win team.
yeah, when you break it down, I think some people look at MVP a different way.
Yeah,
But like there's some teams I mean, but at the same time, if you go that route, then you can say Cade Cunningham needs to be MVP because he's the only nigga on the Pistons that can do anything or tie shoes.
I mean, if you go that route, then you can say Jason Tatum should be MVP, and they did for half of the fucking season. So that's my whole thing, where
Yeah.
it's just like, well, when do we turn it on and off? Like when it matters, like. So even like with the Nuggets, like I'm looking at the Nuggets, like it's like I just don't get me wrong, like I can absolutely speak to Jokic being insanely valuable for them, but it's just like I to me, I'm just like I feel like Luka has better stats. First off, he has better
Hmm.
stats. And then I'm watching the games. He's had 70 this season as well. And it's just like, dog, I'm why he doesn't have much help out there. Like that's the other part. Like
Literally, outside of Kyrie, he got Gafford and they traded Grant Williams.
It's
They have
Luca, it's Kyrie, and then fucking Tim Hardaway Jr., PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, Derek Jones, bro. A team playing Derek Jones significant minutes and Tim Hardaway Jr. significant minutes is a 50-win team in fucking 2024. Like that I'm
yeah.
sorry, that's enough for me. Luka's
I'm
averaging
inclined to
30,
agree.
34, 9, and 10 with a steal and a half per game.
That nigga's averaging almost a triple double.
Yeah, and Jokic
That's
is too,
insane.
but I'm averaging 8 more points than you, and you've only got 7 more wins than me. And then when you look at the team again, the Nuggets are a much better team. So that's my whole point. Like if I did more with a musty team, and
I should.
I just
It's me, right?
it should be me. It should be me. I don't know. I don't know. The DPOY is also another shitty one. I'm so sick of this Rudy Gobert shit, bro. Like the Timberwolves are the best defense in the league, that's for sure. But it is not like when you look at individual counted stats, dog. Rudy Gobert is getting spanked by Wembanyama, like
That's
fried by Wembanyama.
that's why I said not just rookie of the year, defensive player of the year as well. Is it just a rule against rookies winning anything other than rookie player of the
Well,
year?
I think the problem with a lot of the Wemby defensive shit is that they're looking at it like, well, the team itself is a shitty defensive team, and I'm like, bro, I don't fucking care. Defensive player, like, why does that matter? Why does being the best, quote unquote, best defender on the
A
best
shitty team
defensive
matter.
team? No. I mean, the Timberwolves are the number one seed, and they got
No,
arguably
no,
the
I
number
wasn't
one
talking about
defense.
the Timberwolves. I was talking about the Spurs when I
Oh yeah,
said
right,
shitty
right,
team.
yeah. Like it's like, dog. I watched Christian Braun switch hands midair and dunk on Rudy Gobert. I watched him do that a fucking week ago. A white boy with crazy bounce jumped on you, switched hands midair, and yammed on you. That same white boy saw fucking Wembanyama and dribbled the ball out. Are you
I was
serious?
literally about to say that. I watched I forgot who they were playing, but I was watching somebody breaking down a video of Wemby. The other team had a fast break. The only one at the other end of the court was Wemby, and they they ran down the court on a fast break, and they didn't want to try to score because Wemby is such a defensive threat. They were just passing the ball around between three niggas with Wemby. That just his
Yes,
presence
literally,
alone stopped
literally.
niggas from going for a fast break. Like this is shit. If you actually watch the game and don't just look at stats, he changes the way niggas play basketball as a whole just by being out there.
hmm hmm Like, and that's just the thing for me, or that's where it just get me tight because I'm just like, dog, like it's best player. I don't give a fuck how good the Timberwolves were as a team, nigga. That means your whole like, because that's my whole thing. If your team defense is number one, it's not because of any one player. I don't give a fuck. If the Bulls were the best defense in the league when Jordan was playing, it wasn't because just Jordan was locking the whole fucking team down. It was because
Yeah.
Scotty was locking niggas, Jordan was locking niggas, and everyone else would rotate, switch, do all. So it's like I just, to me, doing the whole.
And these niggas have two big men. They have Cat and Rudy. You know how many teams barely have one big man?
Well, Cat was injured most of this year, but hold on. Here they got the side by side with Wemby and Gobert. I'll do it right now. Wemby is averaging an extra 1.3 blocks per games. So an extra block a game, over 82 games. So that means I have at least 80 more blocks than you. But let's keep going.
Mm,
I'm averaging double the amount of steals you get. Same concept, whatever you want to call it. I'm averaging almost double the amount of deflections as you.
probably averaging almost double the amount of points too.
And worst part, well, I'm sure, but worst part is only 5 players in NBA history have had over. Hold on, let me see what the over is. Are they doing that weird shit? What can I just see? Can I just see? Can I just see? I'm not subscribing to StatHead Pro Football for full results. You fucking idiot. Are you out of your mind? But anyway, only 5 players have ever reached 3.4 blocks and 1.3 steals in NBA history, by the way. And they all did it in way more than 29 minutes a game, which is what Wemby plays.
Jesus. Jesus.
Now, don't get me wrong. The only thing that they have is opponent field goal percent within 6 feet of the rim. Gobert has a better percentage here, where apparently he affects more niggas' shots. But then they've got all these advanced defensive metrics. They got defensive EPM, defensive Raptor, all this other shit. Wemby's leading in all of these. But of course, guess what? All this shit just boils down to a fucking team award anyway. That's all that makes it. Fucking
That,
team award.
like you said, that don't even make sense. Why is it a most valuable player or defensive player of the year if you're gonna count the whole team's efforts?
Like, especially when nigga, I got drafted onto the team with the worst defense in the league. Literally. No, I'm sorry. He was drafted onto the worst defense in league history.
That's
Is
actually
what it says. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
that's
In league
crazy.
history. And then they went from the worst in league history to 23rd. I mean, again, that's still not good at all. But when you also look around
One
the fact
nigga
that
made that.
yeah, and you look around the fact that that roster was pretty much the same roster you had last year. None of his teammates are in any contention for defensive awards, and many of them are considered horrible defenders. Doug McDermott is a dog shit defender. Keldon Johnson is a terrible. Like, there's plenty of niggas on your team who are considered doo doo defenders. Meanwhile, Gobert has all defensive defender Jaden McDaniels. Kyle Anderson can play defense. Nicole and Kiel Alexander Walker can play defense. Mike Conley's a great defender. Anthony Edwards is a good one-on-one. Like, this is the shit. I'm like, bro, you have a team full of good defenders. I don't care if you're you're slightly better than the rest of these niggas, or even significantly better than the rest of these niggas. You got a team full of good defenders. He's by himself cooking. This is dog shit to me. It's just trash to me.
I agree. 1000%. I agree.
Like, literally, like the last line for this is: if team success matters, then Gobert should be the winner. If the most impactful defender in the league should get the award, it should go to Wembanyama. So then, what the fuck is the award about? Most impactful defender in the league. Is that not what defensive player of the year means?
I mean,
What?
that's every award.
Like, like I literally even remember Draymond saying at one point, like, nah, Gobert still got him, da da da. And then a week passed by, and he was like, so I know I just said that. I'm gonna renege on that because that's kind of crazy. Like, he's going kind of nuts now. Like, so that award is goofy. Um,
I
what
mean,
else we got?
like I said, every award is like that. Everything is team based,
Yeah,
even
it's
if
all
it's
team
player
awards
based.
now, and it's so
Like
stupid.
MVP, like you said, Luca is more valuable, at least this season. But somehow it's going to Jokic again.
Yeah, since the trade deadline, in the last 26 games, Luka Doncic is having a 33-point triple double. Um, yeah, he's first team All NBA. I don't know. I don't know what else you're looking for. But anyway, the DPOY shit is goofy. Uh, and I'm watching someone who is literally a DPOY voter make a case for Anthony fucking Davis. I'm gonna smack the shit out of one of you
Oh, no,
niggas, yeah.
that is crazy.
And it's funny because I think Anthony Davis might have slightly better like actual counted stats than Gobert as well, which is funny because it's like, so then what does Gobert do besides get dunked on? All that nigga
He's
does is
free.
get put in a highlight reel. He gets put in a pack every fucking year where I watch some 6'4" nigga slam on him every fucking year. I'm just like, at what point? Like, I just that shit I don't understand. I don't get it. Anywho, most improved player. I think they're saying this is probably gonna go to Tyrese Maxey. Which also, look, I think most improved is an award that has lost a lot of meaning as
Meaning,
well. Because
yeah.
it's like, dog, I'm sorry, a guy who was averaging 20 and 6, who then the star player leaves, and now he gets to step into a starting role, and he averages what, 26 and 6. That's not
Yeah,
like
it's like,
what?
how did he improve? He just got the ball. He's just
Yeah, he
the
just got the
first
ball.
option. Now that the first option is out.
Yeah, nigga, like James Harden left. Like, yeah, like I just don't count that to me. Like, Kobe White is a good example. Where Kobe White, look at Kobe White's career stats. What the fuck did he ever do in his career? This nigga averaged 9 points a game, 10 points, 3 boards, 10 points, 3 boards, 3 assists. And he went from 10, 3, and 3 to 19, 5, and 5.
That is a significant improvement in my book.
And like, oh well, he just played more minutes. I'm like, well, yes, that's kind of the whole thing. Like that's literally how you get the most improved award. But it's like, dog, to go up 10 points, to go up 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and I'm only playing an extra 12 minutes.
Yeah, it's not like you out there like Josh Harden and fucking Jalen Brunson putting up 47 minutes.
Like that's my whole thing. Like Tyrese Maxey shot that nigga played 54 minutes against the Spurs. Oh my goodness.
That was an overtime though. Still crazy, but
But yeah, so literally like Maxey is playing what 4 more minutes than before. But like you said, he's just getting the ball. He's shooting worse. All of his stats have gone down, and he's gonna win Most Improved Player. Hilarious. This is fucking hilarious. He's shooting a career low from the field. This is as worse as he has been a shooter from the field. 3-point wise, his second worst year. Most improved though. So
more
I don't
points
know.
means obviously more improved.
Yeah, like I'm just like, bro, where's Jalen Williams at? Like Jalen Williams, well, no, Jalen Williams is not really a because his is kind of a similar. Well, his is different though, because he had 14, 4, and 3, and he went to 19, 4, and 5 on just about the exact same minutes per game. And he's increased both his shooting averages. I mean, yeah, that kind of qualifies. To me, that's my whole thing. Like most improved is the type of thing where like if you were a guy who was always good, but you never got a shot, then you get a shot and you turn up, like I get it, but like that's a little different than I was getting a shot and I was one guy, and then I'm getting a similar shot the next year, but I turned into the guy. Like Jalen Williams' minutes per game stayed the same. He just turned into a nigga who was really good. So I don't know. They'll probably go to Tyrese Maxey because I don't know. Something
Fuck do
about
we
the
know?
76ers record or some shit. I don't know. Actually, no, if it's by records, it should go to Jalen Williams. Fuck it.
You're putting too much
Da-da-da.
thought into this.
Yeah,
More
of course.
thought than the
Of
niggas
course.
that vote on this.
Let's start. More pick. What else we got? We got obviously Wemby for rookie of the year. I don't even I'm trying to think. Like I dead can't even think of any other rookies. Who the hell are the other rookies? Oh, Brandon Miller. Um Scoot. Scoot, Brandon Miller. I do not fucking remember the rest of them niggas.
It's crazy because there was like debate earlier in the
Oh
season.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
That shit got
Yeah.
blown out of the water.
Oh yeah, before the season started, I mean, there was a lot of like, hey, look, yo, you never know when he could do it. Yo, Brandon Miller might, yo, who Henderson, yo, the Thompson twins is kind of nasty. Yo, you gotta be what? And yeah, I'm looking at all these niggas playing. Like Derek Lively is the only nigga who really like, no, not the only nigga. Keontae George got some burn. Jamie Jaquez got some burn. The Golden State dude got burned. Um, yeah, nah. They just cooked this field. This is crazy. But yeah, so they talking about 6 million a year. It's probably gonna go to Nas Reed or Malik Monk. I think I saw a stat where they said Nas Reed's plus minus for the whole season is plus 280 and Malik Monk's is 10.
Damn.
So I don't know. Kind of feel like that ought to do it. Even though again they'll probably just give it to Monk anyway because he leads the league in total points and assists off the bench.
What you mean? Malachi Flynn just put up 50
And then
one time.
he said it's not a fluke. And then I think he had like 0 the next game. Like
Did
literally
he
0.
did he even play after that? The next game?
No, he played the next 2 games. He had like 0 and then like 3. No bullshit.
I think that was the definition of a fluke.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, it's the definition of it's that time of year. Like it's once I start seeing Kenny Lofton hot stats, I'm like, yeah, it's that time of the year. It's that time of the year. When Kenny Lofton Jr. drops his yearly 25 or 30 on somebody, you know it's the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga had 27 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. What the hell are you doing, dog? Like, what the hell are you doing, dog? Um, the WNBA draft is tonight. I think. Let me see. Let me certify that before I keep going. WNBA draft is tonight. It's in about an hour. First pick is obviously gonna be Caitlin Clark. I think one thing I will
Didn't
say that
Angel declare too?
yeah, Angel, her, Cameron Brink, oh Lord, it's a couple other ones. Cardoso, Rakia Jackson. There's a couple other them. I don't remember the rest of the names. I literally was looking through mock drafts the other day. But one thing I will say that I'm starting to see, and we're gonna keep seeing more and more of this because more and more people who are not sports fans are getting into sports. I need people to understand that the lens you see the world through is not always the proper lens to see sporting things through. You have to understand some of these things. You just gotta see it. You gotta watch it play out a few times before you start to get the hang of it. Because I know it's like, and so the reason why I'm bringing this up is because a lot of people did this with Caitlin Clark, right? And I'm not gonna be silly enough to say that I don't see that they're trying to make Caitlin Clark the Great White Hope. And like they're pushing it, they're forcing it. I see it. We all see it. And we know why that's happening. Again, partially because she's white. Like, well, I mean, in that case, it's literally because she's white. But I think what people fail to realize is that when you're a draw, this is what happens. When you're a draw, you make it to SNL, even if you lost. When you're a draw, and please understand that. Don't just think that's a white thing. Like, that's what I mean when I say, like, some people are looking at this through, they don't have the sports mind, so they only got the politics brain. So it's like in their head, they'll never do this for a black woman or a black man. Yes, they will. I can give you 100 examples right now. Because in sports, they will suck whoever is generating clicks. Whoever.
Literally. I mean,
Whoever.
look at the
Listen.
Lakers. The Lakers are always on
Thank you.
primetime games, and they
That was
fucking almost blow.
That was the first fucking example I used, which is the Lakers. The Lakers have been a
Since
7th
the
seed
bubble,
or lower
yeah.
since the bubble. Yes, literally since the bubble. They have been I think it was like 7th, 11th. They missed the playoffs. 7th and 7th. They've been a play-in team for the last 4 fucking years, or they was just at home. And yet the Lakers get covered every season. Like, yo, like, I think they can go toe-to-toe. With who? Warriors, same thing. The Warriors was even getting that, right? Like, they was getting that. Now they're not getting it so much like this year, maybe last year, but the Warriors got that for a while. Where even after the fall off was, I don't know. It's like, well, we still gonna give you all the credit. We still, and so the Cowboys. Every year we watch the Cowboys show up, win 11 games in the regular season, maybe
Get cooked in
12,
the first round of the
and then
playoffs.
get bounced in the first round of playoffs. And yet we treat the Cowboys like they're still that team.
We? Them,
No,
the media.
the media. You're right. No, but that's what I'm saying. So that's what I mean when I say it's like, yes, obviously this white girl race got something to do with it, but please don't think it stops there. Like, please don't think that's just all it takes. Because
It's sensationalism. Whatever drives clicks. She only got that big because of the race, and now she's coasting. Well, not she, because she doesn't have anything to do with this. But now the media is playing this up
yeah,
because she's already been sensationalized because of
yeah,
the race.
exactly. Like, for example, like, all right, if I'm hosting SNL and I want to invite a basketball player on there, right? I'm gonna pick 2 people. Do I pick Nikola Jokic or do I pick LeBron James?
LeBron James.
Now think about this. LeBron James is on the 7th-seeded Lakers, who probably aren't gonna make any fucking noise anyway, and they're gonna get sent home early, and we just whatever. Meanwhile, Jokic is gonna win MVP this year. He has 3 MVPs, and he's the defending champion. And we're still gonna pick Bron, and everyone in the room knows why.
That's King James. That's GOAT James.
Because he's gonna generate the clicks. That's my whole point. So it's when you're
actually, I don't know. Pick somebody other than Jokic because I feel like
no,
people
I'm
will
talking about
click.
media wise. I'm talking about media wise. Like, the
Oh,
media
okay.
would
Like,
much
I'm
rather
looking at
deal
like
with
a
Bron
consumer
than do
wise because like niggas want to see Jokic do something other than to play basketball because like it's the whole meme about this
I'm
is
not
his
gonna hold
job
you.
and he go home.
Before his, like, so obviously I watched Nikola Jokic get disrespected for the last few years. They don't care about this nigga. I'm just gonna be perfectly frank with you. He don't really care much about the sport itself, besides showing up and hooping. But I've watched niggas act like I don't give a fuck about none of that. He don't deserve MVP. They like, nigga. We
Are you
saw when they
serious?
played the late. Yeah, yes, bro. Okay, what was that? Oh, Mike Malone, the coach of the Nuggets, brought it up himself during the playoffs. I think it was either last season or the season before, where literally the Lakers lost to the Nuggets in a hard fought game where the Lakers, they did show some grit, but ultimately, like, they just showed that they can't fuck with the Nuggets, because even when they fought their best and played their hardest, they still couldn't win. And the media spent the next, like, day, because it's like 2-3 days in between the playoff games. They spent the next 2-3 days slurping the Lakers. Like, what did you see from the Lakers? Like, are you afraid of the Lakers moving forward? Because da da da. And then he just kept looking like, what the fuck? What did y'all see? Did y'all see a game where the Lakers won? Because I saw a game where we won, and now I'm being asked questions like we lost, and like, how do you bounce back? Like what's going on? Like,
Nigga, what?
Again, because that's how the narratives work. Like, so that's what I mean when I say, like, yes, we can simplify it to black and white sometimes. Sometimes it is that simple. It absolutely is that simple sometimes. But my whole point is we do have to also understand, like, perfect example, Jimmy Fredette. He was the white guy in college. He was niggas loved him. The media big up Jimmy Fredette crazy. It just didn't translate. It didn't translate. Now he didn't have the skill Steph did. You get what I'm saying? He was still one of them niggas. I'm gonna pull up from the logo and I'm gonna hit this shit every time. But it's like I'm just not good enough to where no matter how much media slurpage they give me, it doesn't translate because I don't have that talent part that is necessary. Or maybe even I think in his case, the league wasn't ready for that. They wasn't ready for no nigga taking them types of shots. They was like, yeah, you gotta chill. Don't do that shit no more.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my whole thing where I'm like, listen, don't get me wrong. Like, yes, she's on SNL, and I don't necessarily think she deserves to be on SNL. But again, considering she's gonna go #1 in the WNBA and she's prime time, nigga. She generated ratings on par with NBA playoff games. Buddy, everybody in the media is looking for a chance to get a whiff of that. Every single person is looking for a chance to get a whiff of that. And so that's my whole thing. That's my whole spiel with that. I just need people to understand because I keep seeing things as it relates to the women's basketball game that just is like, dog, I need y'all to like, if y'all gonna be fans, then be fans, please. Like, get into it because I need y'all to learn quick too because I don't want to hear this bullshit. I don't want to hear this. Like, I seen people was talking about they gonna use Angel Reese's likeness and name and likeness to promote the draft, and then they talking about she might get drafted 7th or 8th or 9th, and I'm like, you know that them promoting her don't got nothing to do with when them fuck them teams gonna pick her.
Yeah, it's really all just names that people recognize. That's how the
Like, not
media
to
works.
mention, but not yeah, and that's how the media works. But when you talking about how the teams work, brother, the teams aren't letting Angel Reese just go because oh, there's a media narrative and da da da. Like, don't get me wrong. Like again, this can happen because I have watched teams pass on a player because of narratives. What I'm saying though is Angel Reese is not getting passed up because of those narratives. She's getting passed up because she's a old school big in a league that is transforming. Just like the actual true NBA, like the Andre Drummond body big is not the big like those aren't the bigs they want anymore. So it's like again, like if you don't got no pull up game, if you don't got a little bit of a handle, if you can't be a playmaker out of the post, if you can't do those things, which Angel Reese can't do any of the things I mentioned, then it makes it harder for teams to justify picking you over another person who maybe they're not as good as that one thing that you do, but they have they can stretch the floor, they can shoot a jump shot, they're more agile, they can switch on the perimeter and do this and do that. And so that was my whole thing where I'm just like, dog, because think about it. Angel Reese plays a very straightforward post up, get to the rack game. My thing is Camila Cardoso does the same thing, and she's put up similar stats. She's bigger and she's stronger. So if I want someone who does that, I'll take her. Now, if I get further down the draft and I'm looking for somebody who does that, then I'll take you. But I just like that was why I'm like, you got Rakia. Oh Lord, what is her name? I was literally just looking at this WNBA mock draft. Like, yeah, let me see that. Let me see that. Yeah, give me that. Give me that. Give me that. But yeah, like so you got this girl Cameron Brink. She's from Stanford. She's 6'4". She got a shot. She could play defense. She averaged some silly ass numbers, like in terms of like shot blocks in like the tournament. So again, think about it. Angel Reese is a good defender too, but she can shoot. So she
Mhm.
wins, right? Like Camila Cardoso, 6'7", taller than you, bigger than you, stronger than you, and we play a similar game. Hey, listen, I'm picking her, right? Rakia
Yeah,
John
it's easy.
Jackson, 6'2" senior. She's a small forward, but mind you, she's got a career high 22 3-pointers this season. Like, and on top of that, she's a shot creator. She can create her own shot, and she can develop quickly in the defensive end. So yeah, like all right, cool. Aaliyah Edwards, another one, right? Another one, a traditional power forward, who can do everything well. You see how all these players keep being well rounded. Like you're hearing this, right? Like
Mhm.
J.C. Sheldon, a 5'10" shooting guard from Ohio State. Let's see, her scoring ability and energetic, hard nosed defense. Like again, I could score, I could shoot, I could pass, I could play. Like so, that's my whole thing. When I'm just sitting there saying, Angel Reese is a dominant rebounder, but she needs a lot of growth on the offensive end. So that's my whole thing. Like that's all I'm saying. Like, so again, they got her projected to go 7th or 8th. And so that's the whole point when I say like y'all need to understand like this isn't politics. This isn't they're gonna let the white girl go first because even though, like, bro, just because you win the chip don't mean like again, but y'all wouldn't know. So I'm not that mad at y'all, but I need y'all to learn quickly, because I'm tired of hearing these dog shit ass takes about something, and it's like, what are y'all talking? Why do y'all think this shit work like how politics works? Like it don't. I mean, yes, there's politics in this shit, but it don't work the way that the fucking Senate do, buddy. I try and promise you, like, nigga, talent is talent, and they hardly ever pass up on talent. But yeah, so look, shit. Congrats to all the ladies getting drafted tonight. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But again, I think if Angel Reese slides, I'm sure we will see the people with the dog shit takes.
Clearly, that's a given at this point.
Mm-hmm. I tell you what, though, I seen something about the transfer portal. They was talking about what women was transferring in college, women's college basketball. It's yeah, I might have to watch a little bit more college basketball type shit. That's crazy. I'm 30, huh?
Yeah, we old.
Yeah, no, it just reminded me because I'm sitting there thinking like, well, those girls could be 21. Bit of a problem, eh?
That's what it is. It's a little too young for me.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. I will look though. I'm sorry. I'm simply gonna look. Like, what
I
is
be
this?
looking at niggas sideways when they say, like, you know how everybody has an age range that they'll date, and like niggas over 30, if anybody under 25, you're
Yeah,
suspect to me.
yeah, no, for sure. And the only way that'll work is if like we just vibe OD crazy, and then I find out you 23. You know what I mean? Or I
Yeah,
find out you
there's no way
24.
I
Like
know
that's
that
yeah,
you're that young and then pursue it after that, because no.
yeah. Shit. What else we got? What else we got? I want to get into the Planet Fitness shit.
Is it mold related?
No, it has nothing. It's politics related.
Politics? How does a Planet Fitness get evacuated because of politics?
30 Planet Fitnesses, but
How do
yeah,
30?
it might even be more than that now. I ain't gonna hold you.
What politics evacuate a gym?
You sure? You ready?
Is this gonna piss me off?
It's absolutely gonna piss you off. I thought I said that from the jump. So
Let's get it over with.
let's get it over. More than 40 locations across the U.S. reported have received kaboomy threats after a conservative movement against the gym's trans-inclusive locker room policy went viral online.
Oh, brother. I mean, it's niggas.
So, hold on. This is really going. The backlash started with a right-wing social media account, Libs of TikTok,
Not
hosting.
this nigga again, bro.
I knew it.
Bro, I'm so sick of hearing. How is this nigga not got yet, yo?
Well, it's a woman, and they need
No, I mean, I know, but
something,
just,
ought to
niggas
happen.
just, niggas gender neutral and race neutral. Just white nigga.
But
White
yeah, so it
nigga.
started with some video of some old white lady who said there was a man shaving in a women's bathroom at Planet Fitness in Alaska, which I thought was hilarious.
Alaska, who the fuck even cares what's going on over there?
Why do I even give a fuck what y'all think? Y'all live in
Like,
Alaska.
what?
Like,
Bro.
like what the fuck? But anyway, so this woman goes on some long rant talking about something. I still love him as a human being. I would buy do, but I'm not comfortable with him shaving in my bathroom because I do about that. Now, again, apparently this person was trans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or at the very least, this person was, giving off the impression that they're trans and they have a trans inclusive policy. So
I
basically,
mean, it could have been a one. There's a disease that not a disease, but like there's a I guess
disease is crazy. I was about to say
not
hello.
disease. That's not. That's not a disease. But there's a disorder that some women get where they grow facial hair like men. That's a normal
Oh
thing.
yeah, oh yeah. I mean, even beyond shit like that, like it's just like I mean, this person could just you trans? Like, I mean, my whole thing was like basically the whole person was shaving, right?
Mhm.
And they were shaving their face, but like that's my whole thing. Like, so imagine you walk into you know what I mean? Like, it's like, dog, they're shaving in the. And the person is crazy because I seen the video when like she's pointing the camera at, like the person, the dude, like this trans woman looks so like, huh? Like, like she had no clue what was going on. She just, oh,
That's the crazy part to me. That's what really pissed me off is like these Republicans, these right wing people always say like, oh, these trans people like they only want to get in these bathrooms so they can look at women and look
yeah,
at
so they
children.
can do this and do that,
This
and it's
woman
just
is
like
minding her business, shaving, and this bitch is recording her.
so ultimately, Planet Fitness banned that woman from their location
Good.
because
Fuck
they
this.
said, hey, listen, we have a policy where you simply cannot fucking record people in the locker room. And you're well aware of the policy and you did it anyway. And now we've revoked your membership because don't ever fucking do that again. Because ultimately, this person was just some woman shaving in the locker room and then I presumably about to fucking go home. What were they gonna do? Shave in the locker room? Nah, I'm done shaving. Let me catch a body.
Let me go look at some bitches real quick. I'm about to go look at under the stalls.
I'm done shaving. Let me go catch a body.
Let me go grab one of these 20-pound dumbbells and start banging on people.
Yeah, where I'm about to drop. I'm about to take the heaviest dumbbell I could lift and then drop it on top of the stall while somebody in it. Like just drop it over top. Like what? What did you
What
think
do
was
you
gonna
like? What
happen?
do you exactly? What do you think? What is going through your fucking head, bro? Come on, son.
Bigotry. I'll tell you, that's what it
Definitely,
is.
yeah. That
So
shit is
anyway,
so.
long story short, Lives of TikTok, of course, posted a video,
Of
and
course.
you already know how that went. And then they just got on their own. They got on their job. Um, they got on their job. They got on their little Zoom, and then they just started sending the kaboomy threats out. A bunch of them got evacuated, and all of that type of.
How does Liz or TikTok even still have an account? Weren't they responsible for
You know what
that
the answer is?
non-binary person getting unalived in Oklahoma
You know what the other
earlier
answer.
this week?
The answer is that other fucking idiot you hate. You know the answer. If Jack still ran this website, we
Yeah,
wouldn't have this problem. That's all I'll say.
yeah,
That's all I'll say.
yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not about to say that Jack is immune from being a fuck nigga either, but we wouldn't have this specific problem.
Nigga, TikTok has been on a like TikTok is inarguably worse. Like, there's no way to argue for or against. Nigga, this shit is 1,000 times worse.
Oh yeah, well,
Nigga,
live
these
to
bitches
TikTok.
up
They
like
just
over 300%.
yeah, they just cross post. That's really all they do. They got a pretty big and think about it. The way that Twitter has gone, like I mean, they got a huge platform on Twitter too. Like there's plenty
Mm-hmm.
of bots in the comments willing to get y'all mad about some stupid shit. And this is always just this bathroom shit always blew my mind because it's like, do y'all not piss shit and leave the bathroom? What do y'all fucking do in y'all bathrooms?
Right. Like, what do you think this person is gonna do to you?
Like, bro, I feel like the person who comes into the locker room and is shaving their face in the locker room probably doesn't fucking want smoke with me at all. Probably doesn't want to smoke with anybody in here. They're probably, I don't know, shaving.
They're a little busy. They're a little tied up at the moment. I would think.
Like I just don't get this part where we act like people they're going into the bathrooms to do it. Because again, let me ask you a question. What fucking stops me from doing that now? If I like listen, I am a cisgendered male. If I want to get in the women's bathroom, what stops me from doing it now? Is there a force field that fucking stops me and detects my meat and is like, no, 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 no. There's a nigga I can walk in right now. I could throw in a wig too. I guess that's what y'all think niggas do, right? They throw in wigs and
Yes,
they
y'all
like
think niggas to go on covert missions to go in the women's restroom to. First off,
to
you
shave in front
bitches
of
is
women because
old. You
yeah,
think I'm going in a women's restroom to look at wrinkly old 70-year-old Pilates swim class women?
and you're in Alaska, like, bro, come
That's the
on.
main thing. You're in Alaska. I don't. I'm sorry to any Alaskans listening. I don't know if I'm trying to look at any Alaskan woman in a restroom. I don't know
Mhm.
what's going on in Alaska other than the crime rate is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I don't. nigga, Alaska is the last place that you need to be worried about somebody fucking
Yeah,
peeping on you in the
you
restroom.
need to be
Like,
worried about DUIs and drunk drivers, sweetie.
you need to be worried about DUIs. You need to be worried about getting stabbed in the middle of the night for no reason, because that's just what happens in Alaska apparently.
Alaska's violent crime rate is double the national average, by the way.
Oh, I know. Oh no, I know because Alaska, any place where you only see the sun like 10% of the time, obviously niggas are fucking insane there.
The nigga just narrowed it down. No, it's literally just the sun. That's all it is. Like, it's the fact that you guys don't have a fucking rotating orb that keeps y'all warm, so y'all act fucking crazy.
Literally, because like, what
That's
else
just how
could
it.
it be, bro? Because
That's just
y'all
how it is.
niggas, y'all
Y'all
be
not
in
special.
darkness for 70% of the year. So of course y'all go a little bit crazy, start stabbing people up and committing crimes. Of course you're going. I saw a video the other day. Actually, it's funny we brought up Alaska. I saw a video the other day. A nigga went through like several different um charts
Hmm.
of crime rate and suicide rate and
Just a rate of any bad
DUI
thing.
rate, just any bad thing rate. And Alaska was number one every fucking time.
Yeah, they're pretty high up there.
Top DUIs, top violent crimes, top suicide. It's nigga, it's almost like if you go to Alaska, you going there to die. It's like old people
Like,
in
just
Florida. You go
yeah,
to Alaska to I don't have nothing.
just pick a crime.
Alaska is like the army. Like I have no other choice. I have to go to Alaska to do big Alaskan crab fishing or something.
Yeah, where to be a
And
fisherman.
when I get back offshore, I'm gonna get drunk and drive a car.
I'm an oyster shucker. I'm coming back on shore. I'm catching an aggravated assault charge,
I'm going to a
and then
bar
I'm fleeing
getting
the
drunk.
scene. And then I'm
Yeah,
fleeing the
no,
scene. I don't know what y'all want me to say. Like
I'm
and
busting a bottle over somebody's head and I'm leaving.
then I'm
If
driving away, and I may crash on the way home. I mean, it's just I don't know what y'all. It's just,
if I
I,
don't crash on the way home, I'm gonna sober up and I'm gonna go to a Planet Fitness and shave in the women's restroom.
he said I'm gonna sleep it off and wake up tomorrow the next day with hate on my heart.
No, for real. What was going through this? I don't understand. You're recording this person for allegedly
Who
like
is
you
yeah, like
like
they are
how do you
shaving.
not know you're the weird one here?
Like, I'm sorry if somebody's in your shit shaving, you just hey it's like, dog, like,
You must be a nigga because you shaving, so you shouldn't be in here.
you got way
I'm
too
sorry.
much facial. And then I think that person ended up getting arrested for indecent exposure. But I
The
don't know
old lady.
where the no, not the lady, the
The
person.
nigga shaving?
Hold on, let me see the rest. Let me see the rest of what happened there.
What did she do that was indecent other than shave? Like what?
Huh? Hold on. Is this the same case?
No, this shit about to get me irrationally
This can't
angry.
be the same case. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. They are so stupid. Okay, so these seem to be two separate cases. I hate when they fucking do this, but it's the Christian Post. What else do I expect?
Mhm. Yeah.
The Christian Post is hilarious. Like, you're just the New York Post, but for fucking idiotic religious niggas. But here's the funny part. They even said there was a part where that there's an unnamed friend of the dumb white lady, right? And she said that she saw that same man that was encountered, which same woman that they encountered. And the friend claimed that a Planet Fitness staffer was accompanying her and said that the other person who was watching could go into the stall if she was uncomfortable with them being in the light. So literally, like, and then she then questioned the gym's decision to make this quote unquote man more comfortable instead of women. And I'm like, okay, here, let me ask y'all a question. If somebody walks in a place and I think they are a danger to me, right? and then the business that we are occupying decides they're going to have a person there to watch that person's moves. How is that only for them and not for you? Like, how is that
Yeah,
only making that person comfortable and not you? Like,
it's
yeah,
just
like
because these people have a victim mindset, so they think that this person
the
is
presence of this person is,
catering.
yeah.
Like,
Like
come on, bro.
you still being there is the uncomfortable part. It's not about whether
Literally,
they
like
are abusive.
nigga, when I complained about this, I wanted this person removed. I didn't
Yeah, I
need
wanted
another
it
nigga
done.
here.
I wanted it done, buddy.
Eat a dick.
Yeah, mean one, strong one. Like I'm talking, it's gonna be
Veiny,
bad for you.
thick and throbbing.
Thrombosin. What else? What else? What else? Let's speed through a little bit of this shit. Because we still gotta get to the music. UFC 300 was cool. If you saw it, Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje. It was a great fight. And at the last 10 seconds, apparently Max Holloway does this for all his fights. I'm not a big UFC guy, so I mean, I don't know if y'all know, but apparently Max Holloway does this for all his fights. Though last 10 seconds, he got to the stand in the ring and just told him, "All right, come on, stand right here. We're gonna throw these punches." So they
That's
did.
actually hard. That's a real thing.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's a real thing. Apparently does it in all his fights. And so he did it with the other dude. The dude obliged, and he got knocked out with 1 second left in the fight.
damn. No, that's actually hard. That is, if the other dude agrees and y'all just stand in there just throwing hands, like no, none of the bobbing and weaving, no tricks, just nigga, that's like some anime shit.
Yeah, literally.
Nigga,
Like
we just gonna stand here and we're not gonna block nothing. We just gonna throw hands and whoever gets knocked out gets knocked out.
they said, all right, stand right here, and you can't use none of the D pad. You can't use the D pad at all. No
Nigga,
back, no forward, no.
ain't no blocking, ain't no dodging. Nigga, we not on a Z axis. You're not gonna
This
be moving around. We just throwing hands.
1+2, 3+4. That's it. He said knife edge fights should be illegal.
That, you said he does that in all his fights, so every nigga he fights just agrees.
Well, again, I mean, I don't know how it goes every time. I'm sure there's probably some dudes who like are like, I don't know about that, and they probably not with it. I'm sure there's some niggas who are with it and nothing happens, like they throw them, but they both survive and they keep going. But the reason why I thought it was so hard is because this guy was soundly winning the fight. Like it was a 5-round fight. I would argue
The
he won
guy that
4.
proposed the
Yeah,
knife
standing in the
edge cut
middle of the
fight.
ring. Yeah, like mind you, he was winning. It was a 5-round fight. At least to me, he won 4 out of those 5 rounds. That was the last round. So old boy needed a knockout. So you know why he obliged. He was like, "Oh shit, well yeah, I'm with it because this is the only chance I'm gonna get." So to me, to be up 4 rounds to 0 and you can just walk away with your decision, and you decide, nah, let's still bang it off for 10 seconds. Like I'm like, okay, and the last touch is that the belt they were fighting for, the title is the BMF belt, which is the bad motherfucker belt, is what they call it.
Mm.
And I'm just like, hey, I mean,
What better way to end the
yeah, what
bad
better way to end
belt?
this bout than somebody to be face down sleeping? So yeah, that was cool. What else? I watched the fight before that. I can't remember who that was. That was I didn't watch the whole card. It was UFC 300. I didn't watch the whole card though. I missed the Alex Pereira fight. He apparently put that nigga out in the first round. I watched what's that guy name? It was like Suka something. He had one of them like Turkish names or something. It wasn't Turkish. I'm probably just being like a little ignorant. But what's his name? Yeah, Arman Sarukian. I watched the last bit of that fight where he beat Charles Oliveira. And then yeah, Max Holloway, Justin Gaethje, all of that, and then Weili Zhang. Like this fight was interesting. So it was 2 Chinese women fighting for the strawweight title, I believe. Um, and apparently this Weili Zhang lady has been spanking everybody. So like, I'm like, oh okay. So going into the fight, I was thinking like, all right, well she's just gonna cook up, and I put money on her too and everything. But
Figured
I
you
put,
didn't win.
no, I didn't. I put money on her to get a knockout. I don't know what her record is like, so I don't even know if she like a knockout artist or not.
They know
Um,
UFC is crazy to me because like you literally just that's literally all just up to chance.
yeah,
Like
it
I
was
don't
literally
know
like
what these niggas gonna do.
it was like a $1 bet. Like, but
Ah,
I was kind of sick because like Max Holloway knockout was plus 700. The other guy was like plus something, and then that knockout she had was plus. So like I was set to go home with like $90 off a $1 bet.
Oh, so you could have won. Oh man.
Yeah, and I was sick because so she has 25 wins, 11 by knockout, 8 by submission, 6 by decision. So literally any fucking thing could happen in her fights. Like I might put you to sleep, I might break your arm, or I might just drag it out. Like I don't know. But yeah, so that fight was good. It was two Chinese fighters. Like apparently that was like the first time two Chinese fighters have ever fought for a title. And that lady, Yan Xiaonan, I don't know how to pronounce this, but she was pretty good. I ain't gonna hold. She was fighting back. She damn near died in the ring and still kept going. Like,
what's her record?
she was 18-4.
Mm.
So so it was a good fight. UFC 300 was pretty good. I can't speak to the full card, but a lot of people are saying it's supposed to be this and that. And I mean, shit. At least from what I saw, it was tough. Let's see. And so that leaves us with two things. I got a big wall for the RIP section because we had a lot of people pass in the last 10 days.
Really?
Some of which I respect. So first and foremost, I guess we'll start. Rest in peace, Mister Cee. Mister Cee is a legendary DJ from New York. DJ for Big Daddy Kane. He's the executive producer for Biggie's album. And
I saw that he died young, right? Like 51.
56, I want to say 57, something like that. I don't know. What was it? Mr. Cee, what was it? 57. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah.
What did he die from?
I don't think they mentioned it. I don't think they tell you. But yeah, no. I mean, yeah, no, it was definitely hard. I mean, Mister Cee was, and it's so it's just a shame because Mister Cee was really thorough. Like he was super thorough. Like and obviously as you could tell, being the DJ for Big Daddy Kane, like you're clearly older.
Yeah.
But I think like he was more like that. Like again, 50, Jay-Z, even Alicia Keys, like was like that was like the last of his. Not the last of his era, but I think the real problem was the scary part about like there was a point where there was some controversy with him because of his sexual preferences, and I'll leave it at that because I'm not gonna get into that shit. And I think that really took away from a lot of like the fanfare he should have received. I'm not talking about in his death, I mean in his life.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, you know how niggas feel about that type of shit. And Ebro even was one of the folks who was crying. I think he was crying when he passed because Ebro did have an encounter with Mister Cee where he basically outed him on the radio.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean, but look, either way, I mean, obviously a lot of that shit is negative, and we won't remember him for that. But ultimately, rest in peace, Mister Cee. Who else we got? We got Roberto Cavalli. See, I didn't know about this one because I'm like, I don't know about celebrating white men because I never know y'all history. Like I never know how y'all giving it up or what y'all getting into. But Cavalli is like, I mean, Cavalli is just a designer. He just be putting that shit on. That's really it. I don't know nothing special about Roberto Cavalli. I just know he be putting that shit on. Yeah, that's it. So Roberto Cavalli.
That's it.
That's all I got. Rest in peace to Faith Ringgold. She was a pioneering quilt artist, author, an inventor, and an activist. I feel like I remember seeing one of these old ass quilts that she did a long time ago. Like you look up who Faith Ringgold is, you might recognize this lady.
Lupe Ringgold?
No, hello, Faith Ringgold.
Oh, Faith. Oh.
I'll post her in the general. Maybe not. It is what it is. But I feel like I've seen this lady somewhere. But either way, shout out to her because her art did go kind of crazy. I was looking through it. I was like, oh nah,
These
this shit
quilts
go
are
kind of crazy.
To be able to do this in a quilt, not a painting, is kind of crazy. Like, how do you even discover that you can do this?
I know how you did. And I'm sure your parents was mad. They was mad as hell. Let's
This
see.
is crazy.
Who else? Oh, rest in peace, Rico Wade. co-founder of the Dungeon family, member of Organized Noise, Future's cousin. I had to put that last, of course. Obviously, I think a lot of people didn't really know Rico Wade shit like that, but Rico Wade had a hand in a lot of shit. Like that song "Saturday" by Luda, he had a hand in that. Waterfalls, he wrote. Don't Let Go by In Vogue. He produced So Fresh and So Clean. A few other joints. I mean,
Oh,
yeah. Rico Wade is a legend for sure. Who is the other one? Oh Lord, I hate when I put a name on here and I don't actually explain who this person is. Okay. Rest in peace to 19-year-old Sade Robinson. The story's a bit morbid. I'm not gonna get to the whole thing, but long story short, she had a date with a guy and he
did what guys do.
did what guys do and then proceeded to mutilate the body, and let's just leave it there. But rest in peace to Sade Robinson. And finally, not finally, because we got an honorable mention.
Honorable mention for.
No. It'll make sense once I tell you. Also, a rest in peace to Peter Higgs. I know we don't know who Peter Higgs is, right? I know we don't know who Peter Higgs is, except Peter Higgs is a British theoretical physicist and a Nobel laureate in physics for his work on the massive subatomic particles. The Higgs boson particle, that's him, nigga. That's him. The Large Hadron Collider, that's me, nigga. Come on, man. That's me, doggy. That's me. I'm But yeah, man. Shout out to the science niggas, man. Y'all really, y'all be understanding the world in a way that I simply could not. So I'm rocking with y'all. He said he was an atheist and he didn't like that they called the Higgs boson joint the God particle. He was like, I ain't. But he said he ain't like it only because he felt like it might offend people who were religious. You see what I'm saying? Like he was atheist, but he was respectful of people's shit. Like he was like, I don't want to call it the God particle because I don't want y'all to think we God. Like that's
I respect that.
So yeah, man, he was getting his shit off. I didn't even know this before I put this man on the list, but yes, he was awarded the 2004 Wolf Prize in Physics, but declined to attend the award ceremony in Jerusalem in protest of Israel's treatment of Palestinians. Man, let's wake that up.
Let's go. This is a real.
Let's wake that up. Peter Higgs, man. Let's wake that the fuck up, man.
Salute
to the OG. I did not know that when I put him on.
I was unfamiliar with your game, honestly.
I surely was. Did not know anything about theoretical Higgs fields, brother. And finally, for our honorable mention, I don't think I will give him a rest in peace, but I will mention that OJ has passed.
I'm sure he's down there looking at us right now.
I'm sure he's looking up at us, and he OJ is interesting because I put him in the same category of Trump, where like there are these people who I think are very terrible human beings, but they're very, very funny at the same time.
I was gonna ask, do you think like a person's comedic ability can overshadow how terrible they were as a person?
It does all the time.
Brought me so much joy while he was alive. This like I almost don't even.
I almost forgot you killed 2 people. Stabbed your wife and
you killed 2 people and then bragged about it. Made a book called "If I Did Do It," and then basically just the whole rest.
And waved it in their face for the rest of your life. Yeah. And then committed another armed robbery. Like, yeah. I almost forgot.
I get the armed robbery though. That was I'm
on his side stealing his own memorabilia. He's tweaked out.
Yes, it was his own memorabilia, and they wouldn't give it to him.
I get the principle, but brother, if you come to a place and you're arguing loudly for your own memorabilia back, and then it gets stolen, brother, who took it? Who else took it but you?
When you put it like that, but I get the idea. Nigga, it's mine. Give it to me.
So I can't have my own shit. Okay, and then nigga come tomorrow. He robbed the store, but he don't take nothing but his shit. Come on.
No. Like he
He ain't even
I
touched the
get
cash
it.
register.
I get it from a crime perspective. Yeah, the nigga shit went to jail, but like from a principle, nigga, it's mine. Give
No,
me
I
my
get the
shit.
principle. He was like, bro, look, I'm OJ. Look, I'll sign something for you. I'll let you keep a little something. He's let me keep. Nigga did the
Brother, I
try.
already own it.
He did the trial rag laugh. He's like, oh man. OJ said, oh, okay, that's how we play. Like, oh man. Damn, I hate the real me. I'm
That
trying
was
to get
old
high
OJ.
as I
He ain't get
can.
nigga. You lucky he ain't come to your house and do something else. You lucky he only stole the
Yeah, you lucky I only wanted my memorabilia and nothing more.
brother. I could have showed up at your house with some too small gloves on.
Small glove. I came to the crib with two quadruple XLs. Gloves flopping. But yeah, no, he's in that like distinction of people who are like again, like there's a lot of people like, and don't get me wrong, like there's a lot of people in this category. They're not all the same person. Like, cause I put Dr. Umar in that category. Although, like,
Yeah,
from what I know, you've never killed anyone. But it's like, yeah, no, you're not a good guy, but you're really funny. Like that, and that's all you got left is like some of that. I don't even want to call that charisma because I would hate to say that you niggas have charisma because then I would mean that yeah, I would hate to do that. But whatever it is,
we
niggas
hate it,
do
but
like
some niggas do have. They just have some type of aura, as the kids say.
niggas. He was an aura merchant. Like when they
OJ
went from
definitely had an aura. It might have been red and full of blood, but he had one.
nah, he was real sick at that time. He interviewed that lady and she kept asking him the
And
questions.
then
And
he was like,
then she opened the door and he's like, he. I'm like,
like
nah, I'm
nigga,
sorry.
you
You
were the
can't
most guilty nigga on earth, bro.
you can't like
And it's
I'm sorry,
funny.
shit like that, you simply cannot write that. You could write that in a
Yes.
TV show and they would say it's ridiculous. Somebody would say, nah,
Yeah.
no, we're not keeping that,
It's
bro.
literally that shit literally looked like a Chappelle show sketch.
Yeah, literally.
Literally.
That's not like it don't look like it's supposed to happen. Like
Yeah, man. I don't want to say rest in peace because
just
you murdered
rest.
people, but like,
Just rest.
you know what? For me personally, I enjoyed your antics over the years. You get a rest in peace from me, but not from the rest of the people on earth.
Yeah, for me, you get a rest. I do appreciate you for that 2,000 yard season. Yo, you know what's crazy? I had to go back and refresh myself, and I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna hold this nigga. OJ was nasty at football. Like, what the
Oh
fuck?
yeah.
Like,
Oh
I guess
yeah. When
when your
you
whole thing is, it's like I lived in a world where murder aside, like
he's a
we
multifaceted individual. You got the footballer, you got the murderer, and then you have the actor. He's had 3 phases to his life. Well, 4 after the second jail stint. He's been a social media personality, but like the nigga was in Blazing Saddles.
You know what's crazy? I discovered real people over the weekend that he passed or whatever it was. I was like, okay, I figured that there were people who were just like, hey, look, like don't shit on a black man in his death or whatever. I figured that was gonna
Nah.
happen. I was shocked to discover that there were people who genuinely to this day don't think that OJ did that shit.
I thought it was just a joke.
No, I mean for the majority of niggas, I know it was. For the majority of niggas, it was just like we need a win. I don't give a fuck what it looked like. A win is a win. I don't care. I don't care. But he actually I don't care. I don't care. I want to win. I want to win because Rodney King couldn't get a win, and he should have had one. So I
Brother.
tell you what, I want to win. I don't care. Like they didn't even really like. It wasn't about whether he was guilty or not. It's about whether I want him free either way. And granted,
A win is a win.
when I look back on that case, truthfully, y'all don't got nobody to blame but that racist ass cop.
Oh yeah, Mark Furman, he did that shit. Yeah, he's the
He
reason.
fucked y'all whole case up.
He killed.
He didn't think he had to
He
do no
killed that
police work.
shit.
He said, "I'm gonna put this black baboon in front of a jury full of whites, and they're gonna toss his ass in the jail. I don't gotta do no detective work. I'm not preserving no evidence. I'm not doing nothing. I'm about to just text my friends, be racist, show up, and prosecute. That's my job. That's all I gotta do."
And that's literally what he did. He
That's
stuck to the
literally what he
script.
did. He stuck
I'm gonna
straight to the
show up.
script.
I'm gonna be racist, cartoonishly racist. I'm
He
gonna call
caught
him a nigga in front of multiple people.
But like again, to me, but that's the whole thing, right? Because just the same way the populace wanted certain reaction after the Rodney King trial, that then means, oh, I can see the police put themselves in a certain space after the trial and said, oh, so we can't be touched. Them niggas said,
Yeah.
we good. So that's why, of course, I'm sure he thinking like, he think he missed a big football, man. And nah, I'm a cop.
Real nigga.
He said, press R to keep things the same. But yeah, nah. So, I guess that leaves us. I guess it's a great segue. No, it's not. I'm just saying
Is
that.
it?
No, I'm
Is it
literally just
really?
saying that. Don't worry about that. I guess we're here to talk about what everyone's been talking about all week, man. I mean, come on, man. You guys know what the fuck it is. Thankfully, my timeline is actually clearing up today. And I'm kind of thankful that we waited because I would have been tight trying to do this pod. Uh, you know what I mean, 3 days ago.
Yeah. I'm still waiting on another response from somebody.
Oh
I
yeah.
think because did Rick Ross respond after the leak disc came out?
Yeah. Well, he responded after Drake's joint. Yeah, he responded almost quickly, like almost like
I
damn
feel
near
like he
immediately.
already had that ready. He was just waiting on anything. Now, my question is, why are Drake and Rick Ross even beefing? I don't know what their history is.
You said why is Drake and
And Rick Ross, why are they beefing? I don't know what their history is.
well, I don't know either. I don't think anyone knows the details of what's going on.
Is this literally just because Drake fired random shots at him one time?
I doubt it. It's probably
Because
deeper
as
than
I
that.
say, Drake is going pretty hard. I mean, not Drake. Rick Ross is going pretty hard. This is like 50 Cent levels of beef that like Rick Ross is taking this seriously.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess we'll start from where we left off last time, which is what after the first album, all that. So the second Metro album dropped on Friday.
People are saying it's better than the first one.
I think it is as well. Because the first one for me, like I like the first 6, 7 songs, and then the back like 8 songs, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
there's a few in here,
The
but
Kendrick song being one of them.
yeah, right. The Kendrick song being one of them, but like that back half of the first album, I was like, I'm not this. It's not really doing it for me. I listened to the second one. I only got like about 4 or 5 songs through, and I was just like, now first off, this sounds like Hendrix, one, and two, this sounds good. This sounds good. It sounds real good. So literally, second one comes out, and a couple things, right? On the second one, we see an appearance from ASAP Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you know I'm not gonna turn down a chance to slander ASAP Rocky. ASAP Rocky drops a verse where he pretty much responds to Drake throwing shots because Drake has been subbing all over the years. I mean, mind you, people fail to realize a lot of this beef is just simply reaping what you sow.
Yeah.
Drake has
Everybody's asking why so many people are going to Drake. The nigga just throws out subs randomly
yeah, like
whenever.
niggas like, why is he teaming up? I'm like, dog, Drake dissed Meg the Stallion. Like, really think about that. If I'm dissing her, then who won't I diss? Like, I'm just dissing mad people for whatever reason. Like, it don't even really matter.
Drake also, for some reason, first off, I just want to get this out the way. Um, I've never been a Drake defender. I actively don't like this nigga. So anything good that I have to say about his diss, take that with a grain of salt. Drake is a piece of shit. I think he's a groomer. Um, why is a 34-year-old man, or however old he is, 35, 36, he's old. Why is this grown nigga dissing John Morant, a 24-year-old, over a 21-year-old woman? This nigga Drake is the epitome of a cornball.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I hate this nigga.
Yeah, one. Two, and then even like the whole thing, like mind you, he was uh still mentioning Rihanna like as recently as her loss. So it's like you still going with this shit. Like
This
so again,
nigga
this
is
is
a
what I mean.
cornball.
So this is what I mean when I say like all them people are doing like, oh, they clicking up, they teaming up, they did it. I'm like, buddy, listen. this is simply you reaping what you've sown. Future has given the platform for everyone who's got a beef with you to say what they got a beef with you about. And trust me, given how you moved, a lot of niggas got problems with you. They might not be real beefs, but a lot of niggas got problems. A lot of niggas got shit they want to say to you. And so again, that's why I'm like, I can't really be mad at Future for this, because if I decided that you're my op, then yeah, I'm gonna recruit every nigga that hates you, and I want to hear what they have to say too.
Yeah, no, that was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
And my life is yours.
Like, no, that shit is fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And while I think that's funny, I think there's zero chance of that happening because in this industry, well, first off, we don't know these niggas and we don't know like what they do in private. I'm not saying Kendrick is into weird shit, but Kendrick did threaten to take all of his music off of streaming services if they removed R. Kelly's music.
Mm-hmm.
So that nigga's already on some weird shit. So I don't think that he's gonna go that Drake is a groomer pedophile angle. Because we don't know what these niggas be on. But I do think that this is the funniest tweet I've ever seen in my entire life. The only tweet that may be funnier is a nigga that said, "I'm glad my dick little because all the STDs be in the back of the pussy." That's top 101. That is the funniest tweet of all time. That is the funniest tweet.
Yeah, I keep saying people aren't gonna take that whole get real personal exposed dirt route because especially with
everybody has dirt in this industry. So like,
and the problem is too many other people have dirt. Like I would be cooking because again, first off, this would never work when like brother, didn't you just have Kodak Black on your last album 3 times?
That nigga definitely.
Didn't you try to go to bat for R. Kelly? Like you simply those two alone kind of disqualify you from having those types of conversations, brother.
Exactly.
I think,
and then Rick Ross,
even if you don't do it,
literally had a song where he said put Molly on her champagne.
No.
She didn't even know it. Like none of these niggas can bring up anything related to sexual deviancy because they all fucking nasty niggas.
Yeah. So then again, that's when you go a different route. Some people are doing the whole, and then mind you, heard Rick Ross do it, where he pretty much said, "Oh, you a white boy, you da da da." I'm like, oh, now he's a white boy. But for the last decade, where he was saying "nigga" right next to you, that was your brother. That was a nigga.
You know what? I'm gonna say Rick Ross is right because fucking Drake responded like a white person.
No, he absolutely did. I think you simply can't respond that way, white boy. You
can't say, "Oh, he's racist, mama. We'll deal with him."
He's racist, mama. Nah, he can't do that. He cannot do that. I don't know why he did that.
He's a cornball. That's why he did it. He's fucking lame.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it's like, well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, remember, the whole thing with Pusha T was that he was pretty much saying we're gonna peel it back layer by layer. Like, he probably did have more dirt, but he just was like, oh, you just didn't give me another one. So
Drake bowed out when he knew he lost, so he didn't go any further.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, like, and I was crying because people compared the Drake and the J. Cole thing, and I'm like, honestly, I still have less respect for J. Cole. I'm sorry, like, because at least in Drake's case, one, he knew when he was outmatched, and two, realistically speaking, Drake understood the position he was in. I was baited into responding to something. I responded to it, and then I even then got baited into just dropping a little name, and then you went, well, I'll tell you what, your friend's dying, your mother's never known love. You said a lot of wild shit. So at this point, either I get that wild with you and you continue to keep doing that, which is not going to end well, or we take it to the streets, which also won't end well, or I got to get the fuck out of here. Like, there's literally no other options other, like, this ain't even like a, like, because again,
the streets not even an option because Drake is a fake gangster.
No,
like,
you missing what I'm saying. Whether Drake is real or not,
but like,
yeah, whether he's real or not,
there's never an option of it going there.
No, there is. Like, I think here's what I think people fail to realize: if I make millions, right, and I know a bunch of street niggas, right, presumably I've done a lot of things for these street niggas, right? So presumably these street niggas lend me some cover, I lend them. So it's a symbiotic relationship. So when someone attacks me, these street niggas have to defend my honor, and in some cases, fuck defend my honor. You just can't control the niggas around. Like, think about it. How many times you been somewhere, somebody say something to you, and you ain't, man, go ahead with that shit. But a nigga you with ain't hearing that. He not having that. He ain't like the way that shit sounded. He talking about Sandy?
Hey, you can't even rein this nigga in. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just
exactly. And the dude like, yo, like Drake, like, nah, yo, chill. Nah, bro. He talking about Sandy, son. Like, I stayed in your crib and Sandy, like Sandy, like a mother to me, nigga. So he going, nah, like it's like that. So that's what I mean when I say like people fail to realize this shit can get out of hand quickly. Because again, that's what a lot of the pocket big shit was. It was a lot of other niggas on my team mad as fuck, madder than me, and then they influencing how mad I am. So again, like I said, I don't respect either decision made, but I wholeheartedly respect Drake's more than Cole's. Cole's backed out with no sign of nothing. You just straight backed out. Niggas like, well, now that all this has happened, I respect Cole's decision more. I'm like, I still don't, because what has happened? They call Drake white, like, and not to
from
mention
BBL Drizzy.
J. Cole's smoke would have been strictly for Kendrick. I don't have to respond to ASAP Rocky. I don't have to talk to fucking Metro Boomin. I was just in the studio with Metro Boomin 2 months ago. Why would I have to talk to any of y'all? Like, my beef is strictly with Kendrick, so I'm gonna get at him, and he gonna get at me. At no point do I have to battle Ross. At no, like, me and Drake are not fucking a tag team, nigga. This is not a tag team championship match.
That's how people are looking at him. Niggas are looking like you have to pick a side. Honestly, and that's flawed. That's not how it is.
But again, and I guess maybe he bowed out because he thought, if that's how they're gonna play it,
This
then I'd
might have
rather
been the
not.
reason.
Yeah,
I don't
I'd
even
rather
know
not
what
even.
the reason.
But it's just like, to me, once you stepped out and you made your first joint, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. This whole maturity joint, y'all acting like he thought so much, he saw what was coming. He didn't, bro. He was scary. He was scary. He just thought to himself, nah, I shouldn't have did that because that's gonna fuck up my connections with them in the future. Because J. Cole is all about nurturing connections, which is why I said most of these rap niggas are never gonna take it further than where it's already going. Because all these niggas are about nurturing their relationships. I'm about keeping this door open to this person and to that person. I mean, think about it. Only a few niggas came out and directly was like, yo, gonna a rap. I bet you it's a lot more niggas who feel that way, but they're not gonna say it because maybe Gunna will offer them a track. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I'm actually surprised that Baby was one of the ones that called Gunna a rap, considering that Gunna is like, first off, Lil Baby without Gunna isn't as good. I'll just say that. But like that's been your nigga, and you turned on that nigga immediately. Like that was kind of crazy.
and even that, think about it. That was a bit premature knowing what we know now, considering
Exactly. Yeah.
Gunna's fine, and you simply could have just kept working with him, and they might have cared up until they heard the first song.
I think
Then
I
they would have
just
stopped
heard
giving a fuck.
I think I just saw an article the other day where Gunna wasn't called in on the trial. So you did all this shit and you burnt that bridge for nothing. And now the nigga that was like the nigga that was your currency to your Wiz Khalifa, your big boy to your Andre 3000 is gone now. Because you could keep your mouth shut.
Literally. Yeah. And so that's my whole thing. What this, I mean, he's saying they saying little baby fella. Boy,
Ain't
you
no
can hear it.
saying they
Yeah,
did. He
I
did
mean,
it.
I'm hearing the little baby.
That's why I said Gunna was the reason that Lil Baby was doing what he was doing. Like I like Lil Baby. I
I don't
do.
even know if I'd give it that. I think Lil Baby felt like he fell for the saturation trap. I think Quavo did this when he went solo.
Mm-hmm.
I think Quavo did this, and we saw the same thing with Quavo. There was a year where Quavo had like 83 features or some stupid shit. And every week you would hear him on a new song. It would be a song with a white woman, a song with a pop star, a song with a country nigga, a song with some rap nigga, a song with an R&B art. Like, it was just every week it was another song, maybe two. And it's like, bro, go home. Get out of the studio. And then what happened? Quavo dropped a solo album that ended that year, and the solo
Nobody gave a
album, well, one, nobody gave a fuck, but two, you didn't have enough heat for it because you gave all your heat away.
Yeah.
And then that's when you start to realize that oversaturation could get you fried, because it's like, if I put out 50 good or 30 good verses, no, literally 50 good verses in a year, which is a lot of verses, right? You figure
I'm
most
about to
songs
listen
have
to
two.
all shit.
Let's say most songs got two. That's 25 songs. As long as I put a hook and something else in between it, that's 25 songs. So now when I go to do my album's 18 songs. If I'd have saved 10 of those verses, I might be okay. You know what I mean? If I'd have saved 15 of them, 20 of them verses, I might be fine. But now I got to come up with 18 fresh songs. And
My brain is fried. Nigga. I
yeah,
just
and
did
I,
50
nigga,
songs.
I'm on my 58th song of the year, and now I gotta make 18 after the 58. That's just the start. 58 is number 1 for my album. Like, come on, dog.
Nigga, there's only so many times I can rap about bad bitches and money and
I'm gonna
diamonds,
keep trying.
VVS's. I'm just gonna hum and auto tune like Kid Cudi. It worked for him. Maybe it'll work for me. All those features just don't matter anymore. Yeah, yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah, because I mean, you have spent such a good amount of time building up this lore, getting this and getting that, and it's just like
More.
for him to just walk off like that is so crazy to me. Like, I'm just like, dog, why would you just give it up over some shit that? Listen, my whole thing was I felt like he never even had to apologize for that shit. Like, I didn't even feel like you said nothing insane enough to have to apologize for. So
Yeah,
that was
he
really
put on a
what blew
bad
my.
song. That's good. That's a lot of niggas put on a bad song.
No, you know what's even crazier though? Even worse than this. Even worse than that. I went and listened to the song because I was just talking for a little while, and then I'm like, but did anybody hear this song? Because I'm not. No one's quoting it. Everyone's just typing out the lyrics. But let me hear it. I listened to the song. Like I said, I think the method of attack we're saying a Kendrick album is boring when you are a nigga known for being boring is crazy. The method of attack was nuts, but the song itself was good. The song itself was good. I listened to it. I'm like, this is kind of hard. This is kind of hard. I'm not sure why you're redacting this. I don't know why you're taking this back. Like,
Maybe
because my
niggas
thing
was
is,
getting on him for the trans bar.
no, they were getting on him for a lot of different things. But my whole point is, then put another fucking song out, and then another one, and then go to your show and perform the fucking song, and then perform a new one, a whole new one. What are you doing? What are we doing? Like, I don't understand. You can't go from I want all the smoke in the world, do, and then jump out there because a nigga said, man, fuck all y'all other niggas. And you jump out there like, what's up there, nigga? I bet you. I'm sorry. That was so lame. That was so fucking corny and
You my
so
nigga. I
lame.
don't
I
really
mean,
want to get into this. Like,
and it
come
was the
on.
way he said it too. But look, I ain't even gonna focus on that nigga right now because I don't even give a fuck about that. Then I seen Simba, a rapper who you can go look.
Who?
Yeah, you can go look him up on your own time. And this is what I'm saying. Simba then dropped the whole thing talking to J. Cole, basically saying, like, I'm disappointed in you, all this other shit. And then one of J. Cole's niggas responded to it, all of that shit. But then it's the same sort of shit. Like, they call Simba a clout chaser, and I'm like, well, it was literally clout chasing. Like, I'm sorry,
That's
but
a fact. He did that.
it's
Yeah.
literally clout chasing. And then somebody compared that to another old thing, which was also clout chasing. I mean, I like at first I argued it wasn't, and then after I thought about it, I'm like, okay, no, they're both clout chasing. Like, now what? Now where does that leave us? Like, um, but yeah, so there's just a lot going on in here, and I just think. So then we hear Drake's response, right? The drop and give me 50 joint. Listen to Drake's response. Um, it was good and like, except there were every other like every few bars, it would just be like an absolute throwaway. And I'm like, bro,
Mhm.
stop wasting bars on a diss track. Please stop doing this. Like, stop having these like filler. Just I gotta get to the next joint. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just some of them. Some
No,
of
I
them
know what you
joints.
mean. Yeah, I get it. Some of them, some of the jokes, not jokes, but some of the jabs were empty. If that makes sense.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, if the whatchamacallit is empty, then it's empty. Like, if the jab is empty, then it's empty. I'm talking about like something like, all right, hold on, let me find um let me see. Uh-huh. Like, again, all right, he called him a midget. Yeah, sure, cool. Like, hold on, what's the one I'm looking for?
The shoe size was the best one.
This shit here, size 7 was funny as hell.
A grown man wearing a size 7 is crazy. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I'm not shaming nobody. Just you're a big boy.
Where there was a couple. Oh man, where are they? I gotta find them.
What are you looking
Let's
for
see.
specifically?
No, I'm just looking like it's just like when niggas like, oh, your last one brick, you really not on shit. They make excuses for you because they hate to see me lit. Like, I just I understand. Like, to
Oh,
me, I
just
feel like
random rap bars that don't fit the diss. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta have that at some point. Like, if you're not gonna have a one make us talented people who will just the entire song will just be disses, but like it's kind of difficult, right? To just have a whole song, nothing but diss bars. You gotta have some filler in there, right?
Yeah, no, no. I mean, historically, no. I mean, I could find ones that don't, and that's kind of my thing, where it's just like, yeah, well, that's the part where it's like there's songs where it doesn't. It happened.
I mean, yeah, No Vaseline is my favorite diss song, and there's not a second of that song was wasted. It was just all fucking fuck these niggas.
Yeah, I mean, Checkmate by Jadakiss is my favorite diss, and not a single bar is wasted. Like, not a single bar wasted. Like, cause that's my thing. Like, to me, in a rap beast, every bar should be about. I don't want any generic bars that I can interpret as you talking to somebody else. Every bar is supposed to be about the guy. That's it.
Mhm.
Like, I don't want none of that. Like you shooting at, like, don't get me wrong. Now, obviously, when Drake's case, you're shooting at 8 fucking people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like you kind of have to transition between the shots for Future, and then a shot for Rocky, and then a shot for Ja Morant, and then a shot for Nav, and then a shot for Metro Boomin, and then it's like, and then a shot for The Weekend. It's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You got to keep moving through 'em.
I'm hoping as this develops, the disses become more refined, and he'll start to like. I mean, I don't know how this is gonna work because there's so many people involved in this for whatever reason. So like, I don't know how this is gonna go. This isn't one person versus one person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll see how it continues to go. I see Drake, Rick Ross is doing a little more of that shit that he been doing. And he just it's whatever. But
He's just been
we'll
trolling.
see.
This is like I said. This is like what he was doing with 50 Cent. Like a nigga's just talking on social media. He put out one song, which I guess in his position he's one up because he put out the song after Drake dissed him. So if Drake don't put nothing else out there, I'm just gonna talk shit until something else come out and I'll put something else out.
Yeah, and that
But
was the other thing. Yeah. Like, you tend to
all the
win when you come out
jokes,
second.
yeah, exactly. And then all the jokes on social media have been funny. Um,
Oh,
the
hilarious. Yeah.
BBL Drizzy, I love it. It's hilarious. Um, calling Drake white boy and then white, and then Drake crying to his mama saying that Rick Ross is racist. I love it. This has been comedy gold for someone that has no stake in any of these artists and is just here for the laughs. I got man, I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. This is great. Like
Yeah.
I'm not like this. I don't. None of these niggas getting dissed is like a twin towers. Just oh no, this
Yeah.
guy's like is this guy?
To me,
I
like,
don't give a fuck.
that's a parasocial relationship thing. Like, listen, like, my top
Yeah,
two artists almost every fucking year are Drake and Future. So fundamentally, I'm being pulled in both directions by the beef, and I don't care because I'm
yeah,
not picking none of y'all sides. I just want to hear what y'all got to say.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
this
Nigga,
ain't
I love
no.
Future. Future is in my top five every year on the Spotify Wrapped. I love Future. It's either Future, The Weeknd, or Uzi that's in like my top three every year. But I don't give a fuck about this nigga. Like he's a shitty person. Nigga's got 1,000 kids, don't take care of him. I'll never understand like the nigga that's like going to bat for just random niggas that you don't know. I don't know this nigga. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck about him. Just keep making good music. It will be cool. I feel like that's the approach that most normal people have when it comes to music, right?
no, no, literally no.
Oh,
Most of
okay.
these niggas are acting fucking weird when it comes to this shit. So that'd
Oh,
be my whole thing, where I'm just like, yeah, uh, yeah, that'd be like, if people are not. It's parasocial relationship season, nigga. Like, these niggas are just going fucking nutty and freaky, and yeah, you can see it. Like, I hear so much shit where I'm just like, okay, Kendrick meat eater, okay, Drake meat eater, one of Aubrey's angels, okay. Who you
Breeze Angels is insane. That's hilarious. That you should
like? You could say
put
like
that in there. That's
you
crazy.
could. No, it's not. Trust me, that's not just mine. I've seen that all over the place. But yeah, no,
Wait, no,
literally.
I saw one of Aubrey's Angels the other day. You commented on it. The dude that was talking about Drake gave every one of them their top
Oh
hits.
yeah. Even that thread, like that's what I mean when I say like you could tell there's too much fandom in this because no one wants to be honest. Like I'm
Nigga,
willing to be honest about every single artist here, and
yeah, exactly.
the problem
Exactly.
is I've yet to meet these folks who like they have these discussions, and you can start to tell. Oh, okay, so you'll be honest about everyone but Kendrick. You'll be honest about everyone but Cole. You'll be honest about everyone but Drake. Like
Mm-hmm.
when it's time for you to talk about your op, oh, you'll come up with all the facts, all the stats, all the numbers. When it comes to your nigga, we're getting vague concepts now. We're getting vague,
Mm-hmm.
like listenability, replayability. Like it suddenly is that. But then when it's your op, oh, I sold more to him. I do more sold out shows. Okay, all right. Well, that's neither here nor there because you
That's
can't
a
prove none of them.
shitty ass argument because Drake he prioritizes money over
Yeah, so he wins every
everything.
money argument. Like that's a duh. But I mean, come on now. If that's the case, then so you're telling me there's never been an artist better than Drake. And truth be told, considering how the music game is going, there won't be another artist better than Drake, in my opinion. That's what you're trying to tell me, and
Yeah,
I don't believe that.
if he passes Michael Jackson, then he's the best
Yeah,
artist
I
of all
mean,
time.
like
Honestly.
commercially, yes, commercially, without a doubt, there is no bigger and better commercial rap artist than Drake. That's not even an argument to have. Like if you having that argument, you they need to lock you up. Like you're crazy. But it's just one of those things where like it just depends what we talking about. Because again, like I even like for example, I went to this girl who was she's not one of my mutuals, but a couple of my mutuals followed her, and I saw a terrible take from her. I'm like, what the fuck? And I went to her page, and basically she had to take about Drake, and she was just she could you ever notice like when someone says something, you could just tell, oh, you don't like that person. Like this
Mhm.
ain't got shit to do with the art. You just don't like Drake. Okay, so I go to her page, and I see she got a couple posts about Drake, and I said, let me see something. I searched J. Cole up. She mad at J. Cole too. And this is like, I'm talking about before the beef even started. But like she never like called J. Cole an abuse apologist, all this other shit, right? And then I thought abuse apologist is really interesting. It's a really interesting thing you say about J. Cole. Because if you don't like Drake for the Meg Thee Stallion shit amongst all the other shit he does with women, you don't like J. Cole because he's an abuse apologist and he's da da da. And then you specifically mentioned Kodak Black as one of the niggas that J.
Yeah,
Cole was
so
cool.
you just
You know exactly where I'm going with this, right? So
mhm.
okay, cool. So when I search Kendrick on that page, I ought to see you kicking Kendrick back in for having Kodak on his album and for the R. Kelly shit. Now I did see a tweet about the R. Kelly shit from some time ago, but it was very tame. It was just more so like I'm disappointed. Not even like not like I fuck nigga. Da, da, no, just disappointed.
Mhm.
And then I didn't see no tweet about Kodak Black. I saw tweets mentioning Kodak Black and basically saying he was a piece of shit, but not one connecting him and Kendrick, even though he was on Kendrick's album 3 times. And again, this is what I mean when I say I'm not taking no opinion from you. You are clearly biased, and you're not even willing to either A, tell me up front that you're biased, or B, put the bias aside. Because I'll tell niggas. I listen when we have conversations and it relates to ASAP Rocky. I let niggas know straight from the jump. You're not getting an objective opinion. I don't like that nigga. We talk about French Montana. You're not getting an objective opinion. I do not like that nigga. Now I can tell you when I'm being
Now,
objective and
why
when I'm
don't you
not.
like French Montana? What has he done outside of put out trash music?
That's mostly it. You're just trash and you
Okay,
won't stop.
okay.
Get out of my
You won't.
face.
You keep suggesting, you keep forcing me to hear this
Yeah,
bullshit, man, and I don't want it.
and with French Mont, it's mostly his tactics. It's just I've been watching him trying to recreate Unforgettable. I've been watching you try to recapture this. I've
Yeah.
been watching you trying to copy this, copy that. I've been watching you put out 185 song album because you got 6 versions of every song on the 30
Yeah, you
song
saw
deluxe
that nigga put
edition.
out like
I'm like, my
17
nigga.
albums. Like,
I'm
come on,
like,
man.
yo, my nigga, I'm so sorry. This is pathetic, yo. I can't get with this. I cannot rock with this, bro. This is crazy. I used to fuck with French. Back when French was the Coke Boys, when him and Max B, I used to fuck with French a lot. And French was a lot better back then as well. But it's like at a certain point, like again, you could tell when you chasing it, bro, it looks nasty. Look at that money maker, bitch, dude. So that's like again, but I say all that to say, like, if I'm being biased, I will put it out. I will make sure niggas know I'm being biased. Like if I'm caping for somebody right now, you gonna know. It's like, again, when I answered respond to your post, what I say, I was like, no, this is half true. Like he definitely gave ASAP Rocky his best hit. That's objective and subjective. That's me being mean and me being factual.
Well, on that, you might have said that somebody else post. My
Although it's
post is
halfway.
about Future.
No, I know, but I'm saying like there was 4 artists they mentioned, right? Like, and it's half true because
Yeah.
I did give. Now, granted, you saying you gave Rocky his biggest hit when it's like that song had 4 niggas on it, including Kendrick. Like, I mean, it wasn't just you.
That was fucking Problems, right?
Yeah, it was fucking Problems and
Yeah,
Two Chains was on that shit too, right?
Two
Yeah.
Chainz was on the two, yeah.
So it's like, dog, it wasn't just Drake that gave me a hit, nigga. It was Drake, 2 Chainz,
See,
and
that's
Kendrick
what
Lamar. Like,
my tweet said. My tweet was saying you gave Future his top hit is fucking insane because as a Future fan, that's just it's not even close to true.
yeah. Yeah, but again, that's my whole thing when if we say did he give Future his biggest hits? I mean, again, objectively speaking, he gave him 2 out of 3 of his biggest hits. He did. Now, if we're talking about the
Well,
songs we know
one
to
of the
be
hits you
big
said
Future hits.
one of the hits you said was Way Too Sexy, but that's not even a Future song. That's a
Oh, I
Drake
know
song.
that's Drake's song, but I got you a number 1 anyway. That's
Does
one of
it
your
count
number 1.
does that count for the Future?
Probably not. No,
For
no.
the Future?
I mean, honestly, it really doesn't. No. So I wouldn't even count that. But then still, so now you have 2, and I gave you 1, which I gave you Wait for You, which I did the verse on. Now that song still would have did well without Drake, but would it have been a number 1 without Drake? I don't think so.
Yeah, no.
But that's my whole point. Like, again, that's still me being objective because then when we break down the numbers even further, nigga, Future has 39 top 10 songs, including multiple number 2s. Now, to me, I'm willing to count a number 2 as a number 1 because, like, really all that happened was a fucking Taylor Swift or a Beyonce song was there, and,
Yeah,
and there was and there was
somebody
nothing there was
is there.
a fucking Rihanna when Work came out or some shit was at, like
Mhm.
what was you gonna do? A Flow Rider, nigga, like Flow Rider had you cooked. Like what was you gonna do? What was you can't? Oh man, Jason Derulo. And niggas like, bro, nah, not no Jason. No, listen, stop.
Bro, you don't know. Back in
Stop.
the day, Jason
Yeah,
Derulo.
stop. Listen, there was a time where Tal Cruz, any one of these random 2010s niggas could get you up out the paint for that number 1. You fuck around and be losing to Train, fuck around and be losing to Bruno Mars. You be sick as hell, but you gonna eat it. So again, Future got a bunch of number 2s, and he has 39 top 10 hits, and Drake is only responsible for I think for 5 or 6 of those. So we can't sit up like again. So even though Drake gave you 1 of your 2 number 1 songs, Drake didn't make you. And Drake did like so again, and that's what y'all getting at, right? Drake didn't make The Weeknd either. Now again, he did put The Weeknd on, but it is what it is with that. That's old news, nigga. You put me on a decade ago. I've been on since. It is what it is. Like, but that was my whole thing where I'm like, I just want us to be factual because again, I know what Aubrey Angel wrote that shit. I know what Aubrey's Angel point made that post, and I know all the niggas in the comments are either a Kendrick Avenger or you know what I mean, like, and then they gonna fight their own fight on that end on some weird shit, and it's just like, nah, listen, I'm just here to get the truth. Did he give niggas hits? Did he give some of you niggas hits? Niggas was talking about Rick Ross, and I'm like, listen, I ain't gonna hold you. When we say biggest hits, you gotta define. Like again, when you say biggest hits, you gotta define. Do you mean biggest and best charting hits? Or do you mean like
Rick Ross? I don't even think Drake gave Rick Ross's, but Drake gave more hits to Future and who else?
Future, the week, not a weekend. I didn't get many from him. He got like 1 or 2.
Rick Ross. I can't even think of that many songs where Drake was on Rick Ross. What was a fucking Pound Cake or fucking Rick Ross was
I
doing
did
fine
look.
without Drake. For sure.
Rick Ross has 3 top 10 hits. Do you want to guess how many Drake is on?
2.
He's on all 3.
Oh damn. What songs are they?
I'm on one, obviously, right? DJ
It's not even
Khaled's
a
on it.
Rick Ross song. It's a DJ Khaled song. Well, I mean,
Not
I
true,
guess.
but Drake's on it.
Yeah.
Drake's on it. Money in the Grave, which is a Drake song. And then what's the last one? And then Lemon Pepper Freestyle, which is also literally a Drake song.
Oh man.
And those are your 3 top 10s. Let's see. What's the next closest song you had was a 17, 17, 18. 18 is Monster, which you barely did much on. I'm not even sure. That's crazy. He got T-Pain, Yeah, the Boss from '08. Another Drake joints up here. There's a couple Drake joints up here. Like a lot of your charting singles are Drake songs, but that's fine.
I didn't
Like,
realize I didn't realize Rick Ross didn't chart like that. I guess just because
Yeah, it's
I
just
listen
Billboard
to
though.
Rick Ross, so
Yeah.
I like his music. So like, yeah, if you're thinking about like Billboard and the charts, you don't really think about.
Yeah, and that's what I ask people. Like, it's like I need y'all to delineate when y'all say biggest hit, because again, some people when we say biggest hit for Future, a lot of niggas might say Mask Off, a lot of niggas might say March Madness,
Nigga,
even
I'll say March Madness. March Madness is
Cody,
my favorite song.
Cody
Yeah.
Crazy. Like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of niggas will
Yeah.
say those names and those songs. Then you look at the stats and you're like, oh, it's Wait for You by Thames. Right? Like
Yeah.
so that's what I mean when like we gotta clarify, because which ones do you mean? Because again, for certain artists, we having two different discussions. Because like again, perfect example is Rick Ross. Like Hustling, BMF, all of them songs Rick Ross had. Nick, that nigga was huge without Drake.
Mm-hmm.
But when
They
we look
wasn't
at your
charting like
songs
that.
that charted, that did those numbers, they
Mm-hmm.
were Drake's songs. Like they were the Drake songs. Like that's just
That's why I feel like the argument of charting is maybe disingenuous, like just using numbers
yeah, it's incomplete.
for these
It's
specific
incomplete for sure.
artists, like because they're like when I saw that post that said Drake was responsible for Future's like biggest hits, my immediate thought was March Madness. I'm like, nothing, 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 nothing that Drake has put out has impacted me the way that March Madness has impacted me.
Yeah, for
March
sure.
Madness will go down as one of the songs of all time.
Not one of the songs.
That's one of the songs, man. That's just we got to live with that. That's one of the songs for sure.
Yeah. So that's my thing when it comes to those, where it's just like, look, like I just want to like that. I just need us to clarify the arguments we're having. Like I just seen so many takes that are just like it's just disingenuous and lacking context. Like there's even a Kendrick take. Niggas kept talking about like Kendrick has never been political. He's never been a revolutionary, and he never
That
positioned himself
what?
as that. And I'm like, listen, I mean, the first part saying Kendrick's never been political is ridiculous. I'm not even going to address that.
Did you listen to Pimp a Butterfly
But
or
see, here's the problem, right? Because what they'll do is they'll cite a bunch of songs, right? Where he says in a song that he's conflicted about misusing his influence and da da da. And I'm like, so what the fuck does that mean? If I'm a leader and I'm conflicted about whether my leadership is getting this way, nigga, am I still not the leader? What are we fucking talking? Like, what? Like, you are still who you are. Not to mention Kendrick played into the image for quite some time. Nigga, there's a reason. What's that song? All right, became a protest song. There's a reason it became a protest song.
Mhm.
It's not just happenstance, my nigga. They didn't just and we hate Popo. Like they didn't just like the song and say, "Hey, this would go crazy with a yeah, this would go crazy." No, there's a reason for all those things. So it's like that's my whole thing when it's like again, it's so lacking context because again, now the better question is whether you should have believed him, right? Which is probably a no because again, he was letting you know from the jump, like, look, I don't really feel comfortable doing that. I'm finna do it and lean into it because it's gonna be good for the rep and it's gonna, it's gonna take me places. And at the end of the day, I have opinions on these things and I'm speaking on these things. But to act like he hasn't posited himself that way with mentions of Huey Newton and mentions of Wesley's theory and all these other things and institutionalization, it's like, dog, please, 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 please. Yeah, and then the worst part is every time all I hear is y'all clearly don't listen to the music because in it why? Because so we wrong because in the songs he's just saying that he regrets the decision. Like, so what? Niggas cheat and regret it all the time, but still cheat. What are we talking about? I don't care if you regret something or if you're dismayed at how it turned out, or you're not really, it's not all it's cracked up to be. Or again, all of that speaks to the complexity of a human being, because I'm sure you probably wanted that shit till you got it. But now that you got it, but that again, that means you wanted it, and that means you got it, which means you are what they say you were. I don't care if I believed it. It don't matter if it was believable. It don't matter if you did it forever. He didn't do it his whole career because Kendrick is not really doing that anymore. But you had an era. It was Obama era. You did that. I'm not about to,
Yeah.
you niggas cannot sit up here and lie in my fucking face and act like Kendrick did not play a revolutionary for 3-4 years. I watched the nigga do his performances.
Yeah, remember that Grammy performance where he did the whole? Yeah, that was right after "To Pimp a Butterfly" came out. He had
Yo,
a whole performance where he was like in acting like he was in jail.
don't like, bro. Do not make me fucking mad, dog. Do not make me mad. Like, and that's my whole thing. So, like, again, people always talk about, even in that song, The Black and the Berry, where he was basically talking about, like, people are glued to him and they rock with him, da da da. And they want him to be the guy who's da da da. And he basically is shunning in that role, da da da. I'm like, bro, I'm sorry, but if a nigga is sitting up here referencing Wallace Thurman's 1929 article or novel, The Blacker the Berry, talking about intracultural colorism. Like, buddy, don't sit here in my fucking face and play games with me. Do not sit here in my face and play games with me. Don't ever fucking play with me. Like, like that's what, like, again, your first, High Power is the song we know you for. And that was the song. And that was the song where you was talking about Huey Newton and all them other niggas, right? On Untitled Unmastered, he got a song talking about something on the day Trayvon died, I lost my life too.
Yeah.
And then unpack the song devoted to, like, bro, stop, bro. Y'all gonna piss me off. Like, he was talking Pan-Africanism and all this other shit. None of that is revolutionary.
It was crazy. Listening to all this is just making me want to re-listen to Kendrick, which completely destroys what J. Cole was saying.
Yeah, word. No, I did go back and listen to Pimp Butterfly. I'll tell you, not all the bars age the same. But because I remember I seen a post where somebody said it's the perfect, like, this album like encapsulates what Obama era politics were like for some niggas. And people got really mad at that because they were like, oh, I'm just like, no, I mean, I get what he's saying, because one, I mean, he's literally mentioning the things that happened in 2015 in the song. And then two, this is how a lot of black people at the time felt, which is why I also get mad when y'all act like he wasn't leading shit. Because if you feel how all these other niggas feels, except you got a mic, a platform, and a voice, and all these other things that come with it, and you play into that, nigga, you're leading. I don't give a fuck whether you're doing it well or not. I don't care if you're doing it well or not, or whether it's believable, or whether you're gonna keep leading them, or with that shit don't mean nothing. Nigga, you did it. I was there, bro. You can't, like, again, like, I'm too grown, bro. I was there. So I don't know. Like, that's the shit that be killing me. Like, I'm just like, y'all niggas just be acting like y'all don't see that shit. I mean, yeah, let's be real here. He had a song called King Kunta where he was supposed to be Kunta Kinte. What did Kunta Kinte do? Anyone know? Rebelled. What do you call rebellion? Is rebellion not a synonym for revolution? Like, man, it's over, bro. I really don't want to have this convo no more. Like, and I'm so sick of niggas who, like, and the worst part is they're defending Kendrick by saying, like, nigga, he wasn't revolutionary. I'm like, why is that the defense? I feel like you're hurting him by doing that.
Defense? Like,
Yeah, I feel like you're hurting him by doing that. He was trying to be revolutionary. He was. He actually was. Why are y'all taking away from that? Like, why y'all, like, acting like that? Like, y'all mad that happened. Yeah, literally. Because this is the funny part. Because y'all shit on Drake for not saying nothing, and then act like y'all dude didn't say nothing either. That's weird to me. Is it because he said some shit that some people disagree with? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but we'll see. We will fucking see. Either way, that is all I got. Yeah, that is all I got. Anything else?
Yeah. I have no hopes for anyone to come on top in this. I'm just here to watch. I don't care about any of the parties invested in this. If there's anybody that I want to win, maybe Kendrick. Don't care about Rick Ross. Actively dislike Drake. Don't care about Cole. Future and Metro, I like them, but they do whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm just like, put out good music. That's all I'm here for. Other than that,
really,
if you're not gonna do that, if you're not gonna do that, just shut the fuck up for me.
Yeah, all this talking on social media, I don't care. Put out songs. I need a no Vaseline for 2020s. That's what I need.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting that, brother. But I guess you can hope, right?
Yeah, keeping hope alive.
That's funny. I like that. The Future joint. It's the first rap song to spend its first 3 weeks at #1 since 2018. You want to know what the last song that was that did it?
Oh, what?
God's Plan by Drake.
I knew it was gonna be a Drake song. I just didn't know what song.
Yeah, it was guaranteed to be a Drake song.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because I remember some people would do the whole thing. Like, niggas, I remember I asked people, what's Drake's biggest song? And I got a million answers. And I was like, it's funny as fuck to me that no one said One Dance or Controller. Because you're all wrong if it's not one of those two answers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think like, but again, that's what I mean when I say biggest. Biggest can mean anything if we don't quantify sales, if we don't quantify Billboard, if we don't quantify streams. Which again, a lot of the times, a lot of that shit is some of the same things. Typically, the song that streamed the most is also probably the song that charted. But it's just like we have to specify because niggas will fuck around and say, I can't even think of what song they'll say is Drake's biggest song, and it's just like nigga, Grips on Your Way. It's that, nigga. It's not anything else. It's that. It's either that or Controller. It's that. It's them too. That's it, nigga. It's there's no other answer. Even if you like that other song more, I don't care. Yeah, but this song had 1.3 billion views. Nigga, it don't matter.
Don't care, bro. Don't
It
care.
don't matter. You don't go look at the numbers of One Dance and what it did. Please, I beg of you niggas to go look at the numbers. Like you have to, bro. Like you have to.
Shit, now I kind of want to listen to One Dance. I need a One Dance.
That shit was number one for 10 consecutive weeks.
I thought you was about to say something crazy like
It was
years.
number one in 15 countries.
Damn. 15 countries?
Yes, doggy. Billboard named it the song of the summer. The best performing song of the year. It came out for Apple Music. It became the most played song ever on Spotify in 2016.
Does it still hold that title or?
No, Ed Sheeran's "Shape of You" beat it in 2017.
Oh, well, that wouldn't have been my
Which makes
guess.
sense because no, I mean it wouldn't have been my guess either. But knowing what I know about that song, you could not fucking run from that song. So yeah,
I don't think I've even heard that song.
no, you heard it.
Okay, I guess we'll just end it there. Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like
What's
that
the name
shit,
of the
like
song? You said Ed Sheeran,
"Shape of You."
Shape of You.
Yeah, "Shape of You."
I'll play it off stream because I don't want this to get
Yeah, yeah,
demonetized.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Please don't, please don't. Oh, funny enough, One Dance is still seventh on most streamed songs of all time on Spotify. What do you think's number one?
Probably
It's
a
one.
Drake song.
It's one of the guys involved in this, which I feel like is cheating.
Not Drake.
Could be. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe it's even ASAP Rocky.
No way. Under no circumstances. That nigga, but
Maybe
all
it's
right.
even ASAP Rocky.
What song is it?
It's Blinding Lights by The Weeknd.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah. I feel like I should have knew that. Yeah.
Yeah. Then Starboy at fifth. One Dance is seventh now.
Listen,
It-
we can't be doing that. That even that nigga can't talk. That nigga that made that tweet was an Aubrey Angel through and through.
for sure. Yeah.
Even if you take out Future,
Yeah.
ASAP Rocky, and I don't even remember the other nigga, but to say that Drake gave The Weeknd
Weeknd
his
his
biggest
biggest
hit,
and then to say
that's
it was Crew Love is like that is an
nigga.
egregious misstep.
That's
We will have your head for that
nigga.
error.
Yeah, nigga. You need to suffer for this. You need to be punished for even saying this.
Like dog, Weekend has two songs in the top five most streamed songs of all time, and this was way after. Like nigga, Drake had nothing to do with these.
Nigga, Crew Love isn't even currently on streaming services. I have to listen to that on fucking mixtape
It's not,
apps.
really, it's not.
No.
Funny things, I'm looking at some of these songs on this list, right, and it's like it's shocking to just think of some of these songs like being like the fact that like you're above some of these songs.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sickle Mode is 58 on this list.
That's kind of 58? Wow.
58. Like The Weeknd has 4 songs above Sicko Mode.
That's my goat.
I think about Lil Uzi XO Tour Life 61. Like everything that you're gonna see up here is gonna be one of them nutty ass songs. Like it's gonna be one of them ones. Like Taylor Swift joined 76. Linkin Park's In the End is 83. Which is actually
Yeah.
good. It's actually pretty good. You got Eminem, you got fucking Queen. Roddy Ricch the Box. Remember how big that song was? 103. Which is no slouch. Please don't think 103 is low. Please don't think 103 is low. It's at 1.8 billion streams. So it's not low. Okay, here's another one. Here's another put it in perspective and we'll get out of here. Remember that song when Paul Walker passed, the Wiz Khalifa joint?
Yeah, that shit was like number one for like.
Yes. You remember how big that song was? That song is
Mhm.
at 108.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That shit was like the most streamed song for like a year and a half.
The Weeknd has 5 songs above that, by the way.
Oh, I know. The Weeknd is like that.
Like I'm
Yeah,
just like I again, just so we know, like Drake got a couple. I think I saw 2 Drake ones. J. Cole's got one. Funny enough. No Role Models has been streamed this many times. That's actually
you know, at this point, I think you can make the argument that it's not Drake that's pulling in these features and these numbers. It's the people that Drake is on the song with.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. For sure. Oh, I see. He flipping it. He freaking it. Okay.
No,
Okay.
you just said Drake has 5, and all the people that he's on songs with have multiple songs on the top 10.
Well, listen. Well, yeah. No, here's my thing. Like Drake doesn't make a nigga who's already made, right? All I can do is just
Yeah.
simply give you a number one. Like that's Drake's thing. Like if you're an artist who is a top 5, top 10 artist, which is Future was, right? Like I'm a top 10, a top 5. I can always get a song into the top 20, the top 15, the top 10, the top 5. It's just a matter of getting that first part. That's where you hit Drake. Drake's the guaranteed guy to get you the one. If you look, a lot of niggas, I'm stuck at 2. I'm stuck at 3. I'm stuck at 4. Fuck, I'm behind Bruno Mars. I'm behind Taylor Swift. Don't worry. I got you. You hit Drake and you get the one. First person shooter mode. J. Cole has one of I just told you, the 48th most streamed song of all fucking time. Of all time. Or at least on Spotify, right? But of all time. And it took Drake to get a number one. Like he's the number one guy, just the number one guy. Like that's my thing. When I like you're gonna get your numbers without Drake. Like same thing with Ross. Ross had a whole career without Drake. Like that's my whole point. Like now it's when Ross had that sort of like revamped second run. That's where Drake elevated how well those songs performed because those were good songs. The songs were good. Rick Ross has always put out good music. It's just a matter of selling. Because Rick Ross, I don't know about Rick Ross's album sales, but I don't know if all his albums sold crazy.
I don't either. I don't be even.
I know Port of Miami went crazy. I know Port of Miami went
Oh
nuts.
yeah, that was his first one. That had to have. That's why he got on the way he got on. But like just albums in general, I don't really be giving a damn. It's just if I like the music, I just listen to it. I don't even care if the artist that I like is particularly, popular.
Yeah. No, I don't actually care about that. It's just the problem is like when y'all start opening the door to have those type of conversations. All right, what's happening? Yeah, Rick Ross has had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's had 5 number one albums.
How many were Drake on?
Oh, I mean, I'm not sure. But he's had a platinum and 3 gold albums. That's crazy. These albums just went gold. That's it. God forgives. I don't. It's crazy. Yeah. So again, we look at all his songs that charted. Yeah, I mean, his best ones is gonna be Drake. Even got no, that doesn't count. That's a different one. But yeah, so again, like that's just my whole thing. Like I don't like if y'all want to have this success discussion, then have that discussion. But please, like it just quantify what you're talking about. Because if you're talking about something that's not measurable, then let's talk about it. But if you're talking about something measurable, don't be mad when niggas pull the numbers up and cook you, and then now you just eating. You just oh my god, niggas will do anything to defend Drake. I'm like, no, you just said something about somebody's biggest hit. And if I pull up that Drake guy gave a nigga his biggest hits, if I pull up that Drake gave Ross all of his top 10 singles, then what is there to talk about? Like, yeah, but you act like Ross was nobody without Drake. Who said that? That's what you heard because that's what you want. Again, you're used to arguing with idiots online. Like, and that'd be the problem. There's a lot of niggas' opinions on this you don't have to respect. But before we get out of here, that's the last thing I'll talk about. I'm not gonna get into it. It's a good time reboot, a good times reboot, like the old show from back in the day. Please boycott this. Please boycott this bullshit.
Yeah.
Steph Curry's involved. Of course he is. High yellow bitch. This shit looks terrible.
It's just
Please.
like a coon jabber.
Him and Seth MacFarlane. I'm like, oh no. I don't even like the way that nigga looks. Get both of y'all the fuck out of here. Get both of y'all out of here. That nigga looks like a sneaky ass animal, yo. No way.
You never seen Steph MacFarlane before, like this series? He looks like the creator of Family Guy. That's how
right, yeah. Like you look like a mad sneaky animal, yo. Like you look like you just I can't we gotta watch him. So yeah, fuck the Good Times reboot. And also your man's Kendrick is let me look it up. So I can fully read this.
He's making a show with South Park.
He's making a show with the South Park creators,
South Park.
which is a comedy. Please remember the word comedy. That's a comedy about a young black man interning as a slave reenactor at a living history museum who discovers that his white girlfriend's ancestors once owned his.
This sounds terrible. Like, there's no reason to make this. Like, why? Why?
So
I'm sick of slavery pics.
Yeah, and here goes another one. Except it's a comedy with white people involved, with white guys involved. Woohoo! This is just what I was asking for, Kung Fu Kenny. Thanks.
If anything, I feel like the South Park guys could handle this better than Seth MacFarlane could. But better doesn't mean I want it. I don't want to see this.
Yeah, like I don't want this at all. And if I were to get it, I certainly wouldn't want white writers involved. Because I don't even want y'all. They're like, no, because it'd be funny. Because think about it. Because her ancestors owned his. Like there's so much
now they're together.
So we can do so much deep diving about that, right?
The shenanigans.
Not think of the shenanigans. Like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna boom you.
See, that's what nigga Drake or J. Cole should have mentioned this. Nigga, this is a diss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tell you what. Oh, the WNBA draft is going. Let's see what's going on so far. Looks like Angel Reese got picked 7th. It was Caitlin Clark, Cameron Brink. I figured that.
It's not crazy. You literally said 7th like earlier.
Camilla Cardo. The LA Sparks got 2 monsters. Okay. Yeah. I'm liking the Sparks draft so far. The team that drafted Angel Reese also drafted Camilla Cardoso. So you just got 2 big ass like two paint cloggers.
It's gonna be the Minnesota Timberwolves, yo.
I guess so. That floor spacing is gonna
Rudy.
Yeah, that floor spacing is gonna look so 2009-ish.
Hey, Minnesota got the best defense, so it must be working.
Guess so. But let's see. Yeah, so that's it. We can get the fuck up out of here. That is it. That's all I got.
So
All right, well, ladies and gents, thank you for another one. 129 is wrapped. Y'all be easy. And never stop fighting a good fight. Peace.